Hey, Scott. All right. Hey, Paula. We're in Oklahoma City, headed towards Joplin. See if I can get stopped again. I'm not going all the way to Joplin today, guys. I drove up to Oklahoma City. They didn't have my trailer ready and had to wait for an hour and a half for them to figure out another trailer. And I just stopped and put a little bit of fuel on. And I'll probably, hi, Rebecca, but probably stop at Big Cabin again. And they got a lot of firewood over there on the corner. I was just watching Natasha, the budget prepper. She had a premiere. You guys need to watch it. It's pretty good. Little premiere. Her husband and boys teamed up against the girls that go shopping. A Canadian fishing magician, Queen. Yep, they have Remembrance in Canada in it. Oh, my visit with Joy and Scott was great. I didn't stay too long, about an hour and a half is all, because Scott gets tired, and I don't like sitting there getting tired. But I got the deal pinned at the top, guys. I thought maybe somebody could come up and share their stories, being a veteran or their family members or something. Just, to remember, hey, Rudy, you're on time today, 11:28. I thought it'd be kind of cool to hear some of the backstories or history of different ones or what people did in the military. Here, I get going a little bit. I might tell my story first, unless somebody comes up. Scott is going to do Red Shirt Friday. I set it up so it is set for the right time. I showed Joy how to do the time right. They might have it where somebody can co-stream with them. I was showing her how to do it, but it's hard to teach an old woman how to do something. And if you guys watch Joy's channel, I got smacked and hit a bunch while I was there. There's a video proving it. So if you go to Joy Stewart's channel, you can see me getting hit. You guys are always wanting me slapped, so I got slapped several times. Speed limit 75 through here, but I'm not going to do 70 today. Talking. Hi, JLM. Oh, that's right. It is tomorrow. They, yeah, Veterans Day is tomorrow, and yeah, the Marines' birthday is today. But I'm gonna do this again tomorrow. Same thing tomorrow. I know some people are busy on the weekends and stuff, so it's gonna be a 2 day. I'm not gonna be live for 2 days, but I'm gonna do the same thing tomorrow. Oh, you're doing thumb there. But nobody's coming up, so I'll tell you my experience in the military. When I was 17, I got mad at my parents and I wanted to go in the military, get away from them. Well, I didn't know it, but I went to, we have a National Guard base right there by our house, not too far away. And I thought it was Air Force. I didn't know it was Air National Guard. And I went and talked to them and signed up. And I ended up just going into the Guard at first, which I enjoyed the Guard, don't get me wrong. And so I was still stuck at home and I got a job. But I was in Air National Guard. I went to basic training in June of 79. Went to tech school right afterwards as an electrician in Wichita Falls, Texas. And I come back home. Well, I ended up working at a hide place. They took cow hides, made them into leather. Man, stinking job, but man, it's a good job. Well, they wanted me to get a back X-ray. Everybody had to get a back X-ray. Well, I got an enlarged vertebrae. The doctor was a quack. Wouldn't pass my physical. I was there on a temporary deal. I worked there 3 months. I thought I had my job. My dad worked there, a bunch of friends. Went to another specialist. He said I could do it. Wouldn't hurt me. Well, at that time, I got married. I had a job, good job. I bought a house, and I got married. Well, then I didn't get fired, just let go because I couldn't pass physical. They didn't want to take the chance that I would hurt my back on the job. I didn't know what to do. Well, I liked the Air National Guard. You know, I would go over on the weekends. We'd go deploy. I was in the Air National Guard for 2 years. We'd deploy. Went to Phoenix. We went somewhere else. I forget where it was at. And Florida, down to big base down there. We went down there, and I really liked it when I was on active duty when we got deployed. So I talked to my wife at the time. It's not Shannon. I've been married 3 times. So I talked to her, and she was actually ended up pregnant, and I didn't know what to do. So I said, why don't I just go ahead and go active duty? We'd have a job. And so I had to do paperwork and get approved by the Guard to go active duty. So we went active duty. Our first base was in McCullen in Sacramento. We were there for almost a year. Our first child was born, and I was enjoying it. And it came up, they had this new job. I was an electrician. I worked on all kinds of electrical stuff. Well, they had a new AFSC, which is jobs. All your branches of service have all the civilian jobs you can think of. So I cross trained. It was an instrument control system specialist. It was working on fire alarms, street lights. It was electricians, but what they did is divided it up into a smaller, more specialized group. We worked on heat, the not on their heaters, but we worked on the control systems. Anything that had controls on it, we worked on. Security alarms, street lights, and stuff like that. Well, when I did that, I got transferred. Let's see, where'd we go? Oh, well, first we got transferred over to Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri as a Minuteman Missile Base. Well, with that new AFC, they sent me to school then to Shepherd again. I was down there 9 months for school. It was a long school. And then I went back to Whiteman. I was the first military person on the base with that job title, and I was putting in security alarms in the missile silos. They don't have them anymore. They got the B-52s down there, Whiteman now. Well, then after we got there, they ended up transferring me to Travis Air Force Base in California, in between San Francisco and Sacramento. We were there for a while, had a couple more kids, and we end up. I was in a. Sometimes they would tell you when you're due to go overseas, so you go ahead and put in for where you want to go, and that way you can go where you want, not just where they send you. So I put in for Germany and Philippines second. Well, we got Philippines. So I went to the Philippines and I enjoyed the Philippines. That's why a lot of Filipinos help all my friends because I can relate to them over there. I talk to them, talk about different parts of their country and everything. And so while I was in the Philippines, my wife ended up pregnant again with my son. And she didn't want to have him born in the Philippines. So she came back early. She was over there a little over a year. And then I stayed another, 8 months, 9 months, and I decided to get out. So I was in the Air Guard for 2 years and went active duty for 4 years. So I got out in the June of '86, right around my birthday time. So I enjoyed the military. I wish I'd have stayed now that I'm older and got that retirement check. Oh, you went to the Philippines too? Yep, I loved it over there. I went everywhere. I was stationed at Clark. I went to Subic Bay. I actually was instrument control system specialist over there, but I was the first one on base, so I actually worked with electricians in their shop, but I was in charge of mine, but I worked with them, hand in hand. And then a couple other soldiers came over and we started our own shop then. But yeah, it's fun. I went to Manila, went to Baguio and everything. So that was my story of being a vet. And if I was 30 years younger and 150 pounds lighter, I'd join back up. I believe all young people should at least have to do a 2 year. Yeah, Clark got destroyed by a volcano. Yep, right after, it wasn't too long after I left, a volcano hit Clark. Yep. Hi, Alvin. My dad was in the Army. He went to Germany. That's why I put it in Germany. He told me about different things in Germany. And I liked some. I had a friend that was a German that cooked food, and I liked the food. So I wanted to go to Germany, see the Fraulines, and have beer. And somebody's in the basement. There's Mr. Scott.
I can't hear it.
Hey, Scott.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I know you can't be doing very good. That old woman's over there next to you.
I know it.
I still got bruises.
Hey,
I had gas all night long from the food she gave me.
Oh
I think the gas, I got me some egg rolls and I had one of the sandwiches. I ate all the cornbread. Oh, I started eating them. I couldn't stop. That was good.
it wasn't cornbread. It was cherry muffin looking thing.
Well, it's like a muffin. It's like a cornbread.
Yeah, it's made with cornbread.
I guess it was made with cornbread. I didn't know that.
See? Yeah. I love cornbread. I ate every one of them once I started eating them.
Oh
I'm glad
boy.
you didn't put more in there because I would have ate them all.
Well, we could give you more.
No, there ain't none left. The boys ate the rest. They said, "Oh, thank God." Bubba says he didn't eat them all. I said, "No, he didn't eat them all." I said,
Oh, we had a great time yesterday.
"Yeah, we did."
That's gonna coat my
Yep,
mouth.
I did too.
Yeah, it was fun.
How do you know?
Here.
Oh,
You didn't even comb your hair yet. Look at you. You're like crazy.
oh yeah.
person.
Yeah, I got there yesterday. He took a shower, combed his hair. He was all
Yeah.
slicked up when I got there.
There you go.
Yeah, it was.
Can't do it 2 days in a row.
I know. That'd be too much, wouldn't it?
Overwork you.
Oh, don't be a baby.
She's mean. I know.
Pull my hair out.
I'm not around her as much, and she abused me the heck out of me yesterday. We got it on tape.
It was good for you.
Well, Joy said you wanted me to come up, so I figured I'd
I
come
actually,
up and harass you a little bit.
I want you to tell your story, what you did when you was in the military.
That's what I said.
Oh, yeah.
So tell them how you joined the Marines and when.
I joined in 77. I signed up in, when did I sign up? I think it was like, no, it wasn't September. It was earlier than that. I signed up in June of 77. And then when I went in, it was September of 77. And I told him, well, when I signed up, I will be home for Christmas at least 1 year. So that's when I went in. I think it was September. And at that time, they had the boot camp that was 3 weeks. I mean, 13 weeks. Shoot, it's been a long time. I can't remember. Anyway, I went in for 13 weeks.
How
And
old were you?
17.
You were 17 years old. Huh. Okay.
Then they sent me all over the world.
So what was the place you went into for your training? Where was that at?
California.
At
San Diego.
At San Diego?
San Diego, yeah.
What was it like being there?
Hot, dry,
What was it?
miserable.
Was that the first time you'd ever been away from your parents?
I don't remember. Yeah, probably.
Was everybody else there about to play May?
No, some were older. Some were 18, 19.
Yeah, I went in a year and a half after you. I did January of 79. You went June of 77. So we were in about the same time.
Yeah, we were. You were in the Marines?
No, he was
Air Force.
Oh.
The Chair Force.
Oh.
Shut up, Joy. No comments from the peanut gallery.
Yeah, you were the guys that tried to kill me a couple times.
Well, you should have been sitting still.
Dropping them damn
They're
20 millimeter
playing on
rounds on us.
my old radio station I listen to all day. They're doing stories about the Veterans Day right now, and I
There
didn't
you
know.
go.
I knew Jimmy Stewart was a colonel in the Air Force,
Yeah.
He was a bomber pilot, but he actually was a general before he got out.
Mm.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was on the radio. They talked about it yesterday after I left your place. I was
Uh-huh.
listening to him, and the guy, not Des Arnett or whoever played Gunsmoke on the TV, but the one played it on the radio, he was
Right.
a bomber pilot also. I can't
Wow.
think of his name. Yeah, but yeah, Jimmy Stewart actually was he made general before he got out.
That's
Really?
awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. I like Jimmy Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he was a fly boy.
Yeah, I know.
Hmm.
Somebody had to babysit the Marines because to tell them what to do. You know, they
Yeah,
didn't know what to do.
Yeah, you guys kept dropping bombs on us. And, damn. Could you tell them guys to aim a little farther over?
Just
Shift
because
the
it was a
fire.
little
Shift the
bit
fire.
close. It was just a little close. We didn't hit you.
Well, I managed to survive, so I guess you guys weren't that good a shot anyway.
Oh man. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible.
Good thing you guys were a bad shot.
Yeah, but they saved a lot of people too.
Yeah.
When you needed the
They,
fire, it was there.
they
Yeah.
worked hand in hand,
Yeah.
and there was a lot of miscommunications at times.
Yeah, at that time.
Yeah, you know, people weren't supposed to be in one area, and another group said, "Yeah, there ain't nobody there." And yeah,
Yeah.
they didn't communicate very good back then.
No.
No. And they didn't have the sophisticated weapons they have now.
No.
You know, back then it was like drop them and hope they land where they're supposed to. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, now they
all
got
that.
all kinds of electronic stuff that can pinpoint where it's going now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
now they can put it in somebody's lap in a
Yep.
moving Jeep. You know,
Yeah.
I saw that the other day. They could put one in somebody's lap in a moving Jeep. The Jeep is
Yep.
traveling 60 miles an hour down this road, and they can take it out. I'm like, wow, that's cool.
That's cool.
I was a marksman with the M16, a 38, and a M50.
Oh, there you go.
They actually wanted me to go on the marksman team, but them guys had to be spit and polished all the time. And I
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
into that. I could shoot just as good as they was, but I didn't like to shine my boots that much.
Yeah. Oh, that was one of the worst. Your boots are spit shined. I'm like, oh, screw that. My boots are meant for the field, not for that. Being all prissy.
Yeah, they thought they had to be spit shined all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So, what was the hardest thing you ever did?
Well, I'm gonna say,
Yeah, you are gonna say today.
No.
Yes, today's the Marine Corps birthday. You need to say
shooting people.
shooting people was the hardest thing you ever did. Yeah. How old were
One
you?
of mine was a
17.
friend of mine in the Philippines. He got shot 26 times, and he was within a half a block of me, and I could see it.
Oh, my.
Hey, backtrack.
So what
Yeah.
happened? Have you ever been shot, Scott?
Oh, yeah.
Were you stabbed?
Yep.
Mm.
I never was. I've been
Stabbed and
slapped
stopped.
yesterday.
What else happened to you?
A lot of things happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You come a long way, huh?
Huh?
Despite everything they did, you're still here, ain't
Yeah.
you?
I don't know
Well,
For a
there you
long
go.
time yet.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. For a long time yet.
how. Yeah, I got stabbed. I got shot.
Hell, it can't be as bad as living with Joy, though.
That's it right there. You should get.
You get probably more abuse than you did when you was in the Marines.
Yeah, I should get purple star for that one. Oh God.
Yeah, backtrack. If you watch Joy Stewart's channel, she smacked me and hit me in the shoulder yesterday. It's on video.
Oh, you know one of the comments I got was from Shannon,
Knocked all my teeth out.
and Shannon said, "Thank you. He deserved it." Thought that was funny. I think she was the first comment made with Shannon.
I know it. I think that.
Good, good. Yeah,
The
hit him
backtracks
harder.
wanted me to hit harder. And that was hard enough, backtrack. I thought you was my friend. May there be sawdust in your motor just for that.
Oh boy,
Ooh.
that's pretty ferocious. Yeah,
He's building a drag racing truck, so I don't want the wheels to fall off. But if he gets a little sawdust in the motor, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
Boy.
Pick on me, want me to get abused.
Yeah, pretty much. I watched the history of the Marines yesterday all day.
Did ya?
Yeah.
Yeah, today's her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, me. Yes, sir.
Yep, it is.
A lot
I
of
mean,
people don't realize that the Army and the Air Force were the same thing for a while, and then they split the.
yeah, I knew
split it
that.
up.
I
Yeah, a
heard
lot of
that.
people didn't know that. Yeah.
I heard that before.
Alvin
The
Lewis,
Army, Air Force.
Alvin Lewis says, Scott been shot and stabbed. All that happened since being with Joy. No, I never stabbed him or shot him.
No. About the only thing she hadn't done to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still got a little bit of time left, Scott. There's still tomorrow.
Yeah, there's still tomorrow.
5:02.
Nah, I just stabbed her.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Wiki.
Oh, stop it. God. It's a family show.
Oh, sorry, it's a family show.
Hey, Molly, how are you?
You read that, Chatty.
Thanks for
Hey,
stopping in.
Molly.
Hi, Molly.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. Now you can read the chat.
He's like, why won't the chat come on?
Man,
Well, 'cause
how
he didn't
come
say
everybody's swapping sides? Everybody's on Joy's side.
Yeah,
You guys
what's
didn't
wrong with you
see
guys?
the video of me getting abused? Can you imagine what
Oh.
Scott gets?
Oh, poor baby.
Yeah, she does that to me all the time.
Well, I try.
You're
Nah,
gonna have
hit the
problems
like.
with cameras in the house.
I hit your like button and all of a sudden all the chat went away. I mean, what the hell?
Well, you fixed it.
I got fixed though. Hi, Molly.
Backtrack.
Yeah, backtrack.
Alvin.
Oh, jeez. Maybe I know. Alvin. There's my buddy Alvin.
Mm-hmm.
I like that guy. I don't know why, but I like that guy. What else we got? Oh, we got Nightbot. That's my other buddy. Hi, Nightbot.
I got a lot of Nightbot stuff.
Hey, there's Carl. Chilling Indiana, Carl.
Hey,
Hey,
Carl.
Carl.
How you doing, Carl? Hmm.
Is it cold up there yet?
It's chilly here.
Well, in Texas, if it's below 50, everybody breaks out the parkas and the winter.
Oh, I didn't bring out parka. I put my sweatshirt on.
Yeah, but you'll see people walking around town all bundled up like they're in Alaska or something.
It's just a neighbor, and we didn't take a picture. I wish we would have, but he's in a winter coat and a orange hard hat with a light on it, and earmuffs, and he's out there cutting his grass.
It was pretty funny. He had like 15 layers of clothes on and earmuffs
It's pretty hilarious.
and
Be
gloves.
prepared, guys. We got a double dose of
We
Scots.
gotta keep you two old farts under control.
Oh,
Hey, what you doing, buddy?
there's other Scott.
Hey, I resemble that
There's
remark.
Scott.
What's going on, number one? Now you got
Yes,
number one and number
we're
two.
just
Watch out
shooting
for
the, we're just shooting the dreams.
shooting the poo. I hear you. I hear you.
Talking about
I'm
what
just-
we did when we were in the service.
Well, thank you both for your service, and I'm a big proponent that your veterans are my veterans, and my veterans are your veterans. So
Well,
Yeah,
thank
I
you.
feel the same way, and I'm proud of your son being there. I heard, you said your son joined, so
yes, sir.
he's,
He's
he's,
been in
he's
four,
one of the team.
he's been in the reserves now 4 years.
Wow.
So
Good for
I had
him.
to sign. I had to sign for him to go into the reserves. He was too young.
So good for him.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, he's doing really well. He's ranked up very well, and
Wow.
he's not sure if he's going to stay with that branch or if he's going to go to Border and Protection Services. He's got, he's got so many choices that, with what the Army has given him, what the Army's given him is
With his training he's got.
absolutely.
Well, good for him.
Like I said, I
Oh,
believe
I'm-
everybody ought to
I'm-
go in for a couple years and get some training of some type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm 100%. I agree with that.
Good for
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, no, he went in. He had just turned 16.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they do a little
And-
bit different in Canada. They actually have a I was talking, there's a guy used to have a show every morning. I can't remember the name of it now, but he did a live every morning in Canada. And he was talking about, he was an instructor or something.
Hmm.
You can join the military in Canada and different
Oh, are you
branches
talking
or
about
something. I
that,
forget how it
that
went.
guy from Nova Scotia?
I think so.
He's never once served a day in the military.
Oh, he hasn't?
No.
Wow.
Oh.
If anything, he might
I hate
have,
people like that.
he might have had something to do with the cadets, but I don't even think
Yeah.
it was that.
Yeah, he talked about the cadets, something about the cadets.
Which, I'm sorry, but that's not military to me.
No.
You don't sleep out overnight. You don't you don't go in harm's way. You don't play with real firearms. You just anyways, that's just me.
I don't like it when people dress up as military people and they're haven't even been in the military or wear our uniforms around, acting like
Amen.
they were in. I think you ought to be arrested.
Yep.
Stolen valor is actually against the law, and they have
That's what I thought.
prosecuted people for using stolen valor and collecting money and stuff like that wasn't theirs. They had a guy in San Diego who used stolen valor and collected over $100,000 for wounded warriors, and
There's another Canadian in here.
they gave
I
him
can't say
5
that
years.
name. Joy, what's that name that it starts with an N? I can't say that one.
Oh, that's the skipper.
Okay.
Numus Maniac?
New.
Numus Maniac.
Yeah, that's the skipper.
Yeah.
Well, welcome in.
Randy.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Wait a minute, I'll make it bigger. Remy sent you something, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
I
big
know where that
fella
came
like
from.
that.
That's moose jerky #1.
Oh. Bigfoot likes moose jerky.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he likes beef jerky for sure.
Oh, and look at the cups I'm running now. These are the cups going today. This one turned out amazing.
Yeah, that's nice. Hey, have
Pretty
you made
big.
Shannon's yet?
Pretty
Have you made
fancy.
Shannon's yet?
No,
Hold off on them for a little bit. She wants
Okay.
to wait a little bit. I didn't ask her. I was just doing it. So I got my ass chewed up. I got in trouble.
Oh,
She said I'm ordering too much.
what you got to have for one of them?
No, we're not talking money on here.
Oh,
No. Chilling, Indiana, Carl said him and his son are both Army vets.
Yep.
well, thank you
Cool.
for your service.
Carl,
my
you can
dear.
come up and tell your story if you want.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, I didn't know you were a vet, Carl.
Yeah.
Yep.
Him and his son are both Army vets.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carl's small enough he could run through the foxholes really without standing up.
So yeah,
Mm.
your Tuesday evening, I might do a special live and as I'm printing your shirts, Randy.
Oh, okay.
That's cool.
It all depends. I've
That's
got
an undergarment for old people like Scott.
Easy, killer.
Hey,
Are
Zach.
you-
Hey, Zach.
Hey,
you
Zach.
better not. What's up, Zach? You better not be making fun of #1 because #2 will get real angry.
Well, you're not far behind them, depends.
Oh, he's got me by about 20 years.
Damn, Carl. So that puts you in the 70s, huh?
Yep.
No, that puts you in the 70s. That
No,
puts
Carl.
me in the 50s.
Oh,
Chillin,
Carl.
Indiana was in the Army in the 70s.
Oh,
Wow.
hot and spicy, smoky
Hell, I
style meat.
graduated in 77 and went to Marine
I'll make it bigger.
77.
Hot spicy what? Oh. I think ought to be some of that in my box. Just saying.
Hmm.
Wow.
Teriyaki. Well, you're not getting a box anymore.
I get my shirts, I hope.
Oh, I forgot about them. We'll see what we can do.
And my hat. I should have 2 hats.
No, you're getting 1 hat.
I gotta have one for my head, one for display.
Oh man, you're killing me. I only got 15 of them. I'm trying to spread them out.
I got to make me a hat rack on my dash.
Yeah, well, you just got to be careful because the DOT, they'll get you for that.
Yeah, I know. If it's 6 inches, if you're anything on the windshield 6 inches up, and if it's covered there, it's a fine. You can write you up for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
6
Yeah,
inches
well,
down and 6 inches up.
most
Some of these guys put their GoPros or their, like I got my GPS up there,
Yeah.
but some people put all kinds of stuff up there, and it's against the law.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you get into a cranky DOT, they'll push you right to the. Yeah, you don't want to be fooling around with the DOT. We'll put it that way. Skipper says that he has more hats than Carter has pills.
I used to have, and I moved and got divorced years ago at Dallas Pike, Virginia. There's a gold shop. Guy sells jewelry, gold jewelry, and around his, I don't know if you ever was in there. There's a TA right there, Scott, across the highway. But there's an old truck stop on the south side. He had a gold shop in there, and around the ceiling, he had every trucking company that you could think of around the ceiling. People would come in and give him a different trucking company hat. The fire marshal come in one day. I used to tell him I was supposed to steal them. This is back probably in the early 90s. Fire marshal come in because they was getting dust on him. Said it was a hazardous. Told him he had to take them down. So I pulled in one night, and I was driving an old cab over, a 72 International cab over, had a little sleeper on it. And I pulled in one night, and I always stopped in there. They had cherry machines, video machines, gambling machines. And I was playing, and he goes, Randy, I go, where's all my hats? He goes, come here. He had stuck them all in like 4 great big trash bags. And I said, here. He helped me carry them out. I couldn't get in my bed. I had to sleep on the doghouse. I was full of hats, and I put them in my basement.
Oh boy!
And my ex-wife burned them all when we got divorced.
Oh.
I had some old ones from way back, in the 60s and stuff. All trucker hats.
I used several, bud.
Yeah, that's.
I know what Joy did with all mine.
They're all here. I haven't burned them. If I was going to burn anything, I'd throw your bones out there.
Heck,
are you talking
I found
about
out yesterday? No, she burnt Scott's jeans yesterday, I heard.
No, I did not.
You did.
What
You
are
threw them
you
away.
doing, girl?
No, I threw them away because they had holes in them.
Trying to keep the guy pantless.
Yeah, my jeans. She threw all those away. Oh no, these got holes in them. They gotta go. Hey, really? Those are the most comfortable pair of jeans I had. Now they gotta go. They got holes in them.
Well, they did have holes in them.
Well, that's beside the point.
Yeah, not unless they're. I love hats. I don't have as many as I used to. I think I got probably 15 or 20 now in our dining room. I got on top of the china cabinets and stuff. I put them on, and I got 3 here in the truck. But yeah, I still collect hats.
I hear you.
If y'all could hit like and share, please. If you have the ability to share, do it, please.
Yeah, hit like and share.
You don't have to like me.
Well,
I know people don't.
yeah, well,
most people aren't like Joy.
I know. I lost one friend yesterday.
That mechanic. Hey, how you doing, buddy?
We already been through that. He said, I have to keep mine in the man cave or my wife would toss them.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I hear you.
I got mine in the bedroom. I got them in the shop.
Hey,
I got them on
Chancellor.
the dining room table. I've got
That's
hats
small.
everywhere.
Huh?
Molly.
Your wife's
Oh.
understanding then.
Oh yeah, she doesn't care. Well, she doesn't know what hats are mine and what hats are Kyle's, and just there's hats everywhere in this house.
Hi, Sarah.
Old people.
Hi, Sarah.
Yeah, she's right.
Hey, whoa! You're older than me, Sarah.
Ooh.
Sarah, did your bottle get there yet?
Yeah, I was gonna say she should be getting something in the mail.
Yep.
I know they
Call-
just.
And then calling us old.
I know, eh? Oh, I get you, Skipper. My wife's from the East Coast, so she's pretty easy going lady.
Well, tell the old lady we said hello.
Yes, sir. It should be coming. I think Jesse and
That'll get you
Lisa
in
sent it out
trouble.
on Monday. They were going to the post office anyway. They talked about they had stuff to mail out from their giveaway Saturday. So
Yeah, I think they mailed everything out. Well, I forget.
Now,
what day.
Dave's Marine Corps birthday.
Yeah, but it's also we're celebrating veterans.
Oh.
All
Veterans
veterans.
Day tomorrow. So
Oh, okay.
I'm kind
We're
of celebrating both of them.
All veterans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hey, Zach.
There, I'm co-streaming, so it'll go out to my folks too, Randy.
Okay, that's right.
Well,
We might
You're
get
gonna
one or two in here.
you're getting the watch hours, brother.
Yeah, I really need them.
Yeah, I shared it out on Facebook and my community page. So
This ain't going to be a 5-hour live. I'm only going to drive to Big Cabin today, so we're not to Tulsa yet. But tomorrow's going to be a long one, though. Unless somebody else is live, tomorrow's is going to be a longer one.
You just go for it, buddy.
yeah.
Yeah, Joy had you on. I'm like, is that Randy? And she says, yeah. I'm like, oh, shit. Where am I
Yeah,
at?
that's what everybody says when they say Randy.
That's exactly what everybody says.
So
Randy who?
Randy's truck an errors are occurred. Wait a minute, then try again.
Randy who?
Or AKA Turkey Butt.
Exactly. Yes.
See, I knew I'd get some. I knew I'd get some voices from the Peanut Gallery.
Yep. She's always got a pipe
Hey,
up.
RCA, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
There, now it's co-streaming. So
We're
I
from
got
the Royal
notification.
Canadian
So-
Regiment.
Randy. Oh, okay, it's up.
Yeah, it's up. I got
You
notified.
remember how much you? Okay, you remember how much you were laughing last week?
Yeah.
Just wait till
Tonight's going to be
this
more.
week. Mama's bringing Bubba for a visit.
Oh. Hi, Virginia.
Mama and Bubba are going to. Glenda and I are going to co-host, and Bubba and Mama are going to do a performance.
Oh, wow.
That'd be
Hey,
cool.
Gary.
Why are you going to try to pronounce that name?
Jerry, I'm asking
The
everybody
Numeran
that
Nanny.
served to come in and tell their story, what they did when they was in the military, when they went in and whatever. If you want to jump over to my side, unless Scott can drop the link. Scott did it and I did it already, but we're trying to tell everybody what we did in the military and the time of service we did. I know you was in the Navy and you was a diver, welder or something, but I don't know the whole story.
I will try to.
Hey, Bud Biles.
I will try to get the link over on mine. Just give me a minute.
Trying to get everybody's story out for Veterans Day and birthday for the Marines.
And I don't have
They
a
don't have-
story. I don't have a
Marines
story.
don't have
except
much either.
all that I got to do, I just say thank you. I'm the eye candy of the channel. These two old farts, they'll tell you a story, but I'm the one that I'm the eye candy of the channel.
But you support the
There's
old
no
farts,
buts, turkey butt.
I know.
Boy, George,
He's gonna kick me out of here,
George,
Scott.
getting the tail on your donkey.
Hi, Jerry.
Hey,
There,
It's your
Jerry.
floor. You can tell your story now.
well, I went in 19, actually on active duty in 1976 in January.
Randy, can
Wow.
you send me the link?
You're just a youngin'.
And
He went in before you did.
yeah,
Oh,
He went in
He's still a
76. You
youngin'.
didn't go until 77.
and I was on a fast frigate after boot camp. I went to A school and C school, and then I went on a fast frigate as a HT, which is a hull tech technician, firefighting, that type of stuff. An opportunity to do something to go to dive school. A year and a half later, I went to dive school, and that was in Thanksgiving of '78. Went through dive school and qualified for Mark 5, Mark 12, Jack Brown, open water scuba. This
Slow down,
165
man,
feet.
Jerry. What's Mark 5 and 12? A lot of people
Mark
don't know what
Mark
that
5 is the metal big old brass helmet. I don't. It's hard to explain. This brass helmet, diving helmet. What you see on TV. We don't see them anymore. They used to have the old diving helmets on TV where they had big brass hanging, the big old leather
Right.
suit,
With a
That was the
little
Mark 5.
Okay.
and it was 85 pounds of brass and leads on your body.
wow.
And
That's
you
a lot
had
of
an
weight.
umbilical cord to the surface, and I did several dives, 165 feet in that. And it's dark down there at 165 feet. Let me tell you that.
I'll bet.
And then I qualified to Mark 12, which was the new diving helmet you see now, which is the hood over your head, and you talk, and it's you're actually wearing like a scuba suit or a dry suit.
Okay.
So you have more flexibility in that.
The 5 is like that movie where the black guy was in a diving school then, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And I was qualified to 165 feet in open water scuba. I'm actually a certified instructor. I haven't done it in a long time, but I do have a certification for it.
Okay.
Wow.
I do.
I
used to
could
work
swim,
on
but I never could dive.
Huh?
I could swim, but ain't
Oh,
no
you're
way I could
certified-
dive.
No, you're certifiable.
Yeah,
We're all
it's certifiable
certifiable.
nuts.
But then I used to work on the outside of nuclear submarines. So when I went to an assembly today for my grandkids, and they asked like, what's the most memorable thing you did? And I did a 24-hour dive on a nuclear submarine, changing the propeller, which we call it the screw, off the submarine. So I think
Wow.
went back.
24 hours?
Yeah, 24-hour dive.
Wow.
Got in the water at 8 o'clock in the morning and came out at 8 o'clock the next morning. I came up and changed tanks and stuff,
Right.
but I didn't I didn't get out of the water. I was in the water for 24 hours. And 24 hours later, the master chief came in and told me, I've been in the water long enough to get out of the water and go home.
I know a lot of divers used to get the bins. Did you ever get the bins?
Nope, never got the bends, but I treated several people in the hyperbaric chamber for the bends
Okay.
and for other things.
And
But
what?
I know
to get the
used to say
bends,
that hurt.
for the 24-hour dive I did, I was only down 30 feet, and you have to go down below more than one atmosphere to get the bends, because you can
Oh,
go
okay.
to
Wow.
60 feet and stay 60 feet for an hour. You know, if you go, when I went to 165 feet, I spent 5 minutes on the bottom, but then you had to make decompression stops on the way up. You had to stop at like 20 feet for 5 minutes, and then 10 feet for 5 minutes, and then and you're coming out that way. You had scheduled decompression stops.
Oh, you couldn't come straight up.
No, you don't just come straight up.
Okay.
So that's what a lot of people don't understand. That that's the decompression stops are all in your dive tablets. It tells you where you got to stop for how long you got to stay there before you can go on to the next stop. And it all depends on how long you stay at the bottom. The longer you stay at the bottom, the more decompression stops you have to have.
Hi, Tamara.
That's what I did. That's basically my story. I got out in January of 2080 or 1980. 1980.
You got
Wow.
out about time I went in 79.
Yeah, I got out. I got out. I was E5. Also, I had already passed the E6 exam.
Yeah,
So,
I was E5 and I passed the deal for E6, and he wanted me to up for another 4 years, and I go
right.
no.
They offered me 3.5 years, $13,000 cash for 3.5 years to re-up and first class dive school, which would have been Washington D.C.
Do you wish you'd have went ahead and done it now? I do.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Here,
I wish I'd
okay.
have went ahead and done it too. And
I was
got
married to
that
my
check.
first wife then, and she didn't want to leave San Diego. So she didn't want me to go to first dive school because it was in Washington, D.C. And then I probably would have gone to a subtender or something like that. I mean, mine sweep.
Turn me off.
Okay.
Hey,
But
Chef.
Oh, just so y'all know, it's Red Shirt Friday.
Yeah.
And actually, Scott #2 did an interview. I wish maybe he could play that again with the ladies that started Red Shirt Friday.
Oh wow, that would be cool. He's got to go. He's got to go. Okay.
All right.
But we're still going to be in chat. So
Okay.
Toodles.
Yeah, that'd be cool, Scott, if you could pull that back up sometime this weekend and
just give me
replay
a
it.
sec. I'm just posting the link on my side, and then I'll go find it.
Okay.
But I did know underwater welding and underwater cutting. I knew I learned about that and did some of it on board ship. But I was also a welder.
That amazes me how they can weld underwater. I'm
it's
pretty good welder above
trick.
ground, but yeah, I imagine there is. I've never done any of it or tried.
The biggest trick is you never get between you and your work and your stinger. And your stinger is your welding rod.
It might hurt.
And that's the big trick. And the movies you see of these guys doing this stuff I mean, it's a movie. It's not really realistic because in the Navy, it's always safety first. And when you're welding underwater, if you even cough, they turn the machine off. You didn't talk about what you're doing. You did your job and you kept your mouth shut, because if you said anything, they shut it off automatically because they're thinking they don't know exactly what's happening. You could be hurting yourself, and so that you're making noise, they shut it off. So, like the movies are. I watch the movies all the time. But they don't do that. So even that movie where the Good Few Men, that was dramatized also. It was close, but it was dramatized. They never would leave a diver down underwater and everybody just leave.
I didn't figure they did, but
No, the military. Yeah, anybody who's been in the military knows they don't do that stuff. So, anyways, I went to a assembly this morning for my grandkids for Veterans Day, and I got to go at one here be at 1:00 for another one, so I'll have to leave in a little bit. But
I did that years ago for my grandkids. 2 of my grandsons were in the same school, and they invited me in there. And then one of the grandsons, his great grandpa got to come, so me and him both went. He was in the Air Force, so we both got to go. and they give us flags and little plaques and everything. It was really nice. I enjoyed it.
It was this one today was kind of weird because I didn't know what was going on, and unfortunately their microphones were turned down too low. You couldn't hear anything was going on. The kids were reading stuff, and I looked at my son and said, "What did they say?" He goes, "I have no idea. You can't hear it, so don't worry about it."
Oh,
My oldest son was with me because he's retired Army.
yeah, Bev, that's what I'm trying to do today. I told my story. Scott Swift told his story, and Jerry told his. So that's what I'm trying to do. Is I mean, we all get to know each other out here on YouTube, but we don't know the backstory with our services.
Yeah,
And
there's a lot.
I'm trying to do that today and tomorrow.
Hey, Skipper.
Hey, how you doing? I could sit here and listen to Jerry all day. I'm an adrenaline junkie, and he's nuts.
I'm nuts.
You know, I was a part of the Neuradmon team out of Edmonton here, and we used to go to Nanu's Bay to the nuclear subs, and I used to check for gamma shine and crap when they were in there. So
yeah, I used to wear we used to call a little tiny device, a TLD, on my shoulder.
Thermolucid dosimeter. Yes.
Yep. And I have to get it read every day after we get done.
Yep. So
Make sure there weren't no leaks.
I'm sorry, Randy.
Make sure there weren't no leaks.
To be sure, I wasn't going to glow at night. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We called it. We used to call it a TLD, the little tiny device, and everybody said, "How's your little tiny device?" And I said, "It's not glowing yet." So.
Nope.
So, but I worked on a lot of the nuclear submarines on the outside, so I mean, I got some radiation. I was exposed to some.
Well,
I have one story where I was almost killed. I almost got sucked up into the it was not a discharge, a suction where they sucked water in from the outside. We were supposed to go down and put a tube in, they were supposed to shut it off, put a tube in, so we were getting ready to hit this submarine into dry dock. And you have to constantly have water going in to keep the reactors cool. So we had to put tubes lock them in, and then hoses to them so they could suck water through when they're in dry dock. And the lieutenant said, "Yeah, that valve's been shut off and tagged off." And they said, "Hey, Jerry, go down there and put the tube in." I said, "Okay." And he said, "Be sure it's locked in." I said, "No problem." So I went down, and I'm on the other side of the submarine. I'm putting this tube in, and as I get close to this tube, the thing, it sucks my arm inside of the tube. There was supposed to be a suction, but it sucked my arm inside the tube. And I have my hand holding against this thing, and I'm pulling my arm back. And my dive partner looked at me, and he said my eyeballs were like this big around in my mask. And he grabbed hold of my arm and took both of us pull my arm out.
That would have took a big plumber to get you out.
Well, I was skinnier then.
Oh, okay.
I was only 200 pounds then. I was not 250. But then when I come to the surface, my master chief was standing there, master chief standing there. He was supervising the dive. He saw me. I literally climbed up the side of the submarine, and he said, "What's going on? What's going on?" And my partner comes to the surface. He says, "They almost sucked Jerry inside the machine." And of course, he went off the lieutenant. And a couple minutes later, they had us up in front of the admiral on board the ship that we were on. The admirals had an office there, and they called us up there. And I'm standing in a wetsuit, dripping wet, and had to take a leak, and said I just sat there and leaked on the floor. In the admiral's office. Of course, I'd have to clean it up. But then a little while later, I went back down to put that tube in, and you saw the lieutenant had packed his bag and was walking off the sub. He was transferred out, and I don't know where he was transferred to, but they transfer him that fast because of that mistake.
Wow. That's
the only real thing I have to talk about almost being killed.
Mm-hmm.
I talked about we use deck cord on the submarine, on the outside of the submarine around to get the propeller off. Right. Sometimes it wouldn't come off with the jacks we have. So we'd wrap the shaft with some deck cord and blast it. So it would blow the shaft off so we could get it off there. So
Beverly's got a question for us, Jerry.
Okay.
Go ahead and ask it, Beverly.
I was about to say that. You can come up if you want, Bev, and ask it in person. Someone put coins on my dad's grave. He was in the army.
Yeah.
I've heard the reason why of that, but I forget what it is now.
Yeah, well, someone want to explain it. I know about it. Go ahead.
Those are.
Go ahead, Skip.
What those?
Well, essentially, it depends on the coin that they leave. Depends on whether they served with them or not. So I don't see it too much here in Canada, but I know in the U.S. they, if you served with them or if you were with them when they died, each coin denotes, and I can't remember which one is which, but I think it's the larger denomination will indicate whether you're with him when he died, or you served with him, or he was a family member, or that sort of thing. So they actually have they denote exactly what it is, your relationship to the service person that's buried there. That's very
that's
cool.
what I've heard too. Yeah, okay. There's somebody that served with the person that was in the military. I know my dad's got a couple of them on his. They just mysteriously show up.
Very neat.
I've only got two U.S. cousins that were killed during World War II. They actually went down on the USS Arizona, James and Bernie, and pretty hard to throw or put a coin under their grave. But I made a memorial up for them at home here, because it's surprising how many of us Canadians have friends or relatives that served in the U.S. So, and not to jump in too quick with you, Jerry, because we were talking about you want little stories. Well, I'll give you a Reader's Digest version real quick here. I joined in '68 as a young lad. My first attempt was to try to escape a bad home life. And I went with my friends over to Detroit, Michigan from Windsor to join the American Army. But I was only 15. So I didn't have a green card. And all my buddies went. And only one of them came back. And he wasn't in very good shape. We had nearly 30,000 Canadians that went over. And I think it's around 150 some odd that were actually killed or missing in Vietnam. But we believed everything, so the Canadians were willing to go over. But I come back and I said, piss on this. I'm not sticking around the house. My mother was dating a Detroit mobster. She was running poker games and bloody was a bootlegger for them. And so you get to get an idea of my background trying to live in that way. And he got me false ID, and I enlisted in the Canadian Army as a 15-year-old, saying I was 17. And my mother went looking for me when I was 17, and they found me, and I ended up being called up in front of my OC and going, oh shit, I'm in trouble now. And I ended up doing 20 days in the Canadian military slammer. And given the choice either staying in, I was a good soldier. I learned how to drink really well as a 15, 16-year-old kid. And they allowed me to stay. So most of my career was infantry. I was not as glamorous as yours was, Jerry, because I did things like, I got sent down to the U.S. Ranger School in Fort Benning with 30 other Canadians who wanted to die. Because who wants to be tortured down there with you Yanks? Oh, my Lord. It was horrible. Anyway, I survived that. Got attached to the 3rd Battalion, 7th Infantry, the Cotton Balers for a little while, and then come back to Canada where it was nice and cool. And I carried on for most of my career as an infanteer. And then eventually I did comm research for a little while. I said that sucked. And then I ended up going as a supply tech. For you guys who don't know, it's a rag picker, supply tech, and finished off my last 9 years working out of one of the big depots here. Nothing fancy, but I loved my military career. It's just I played so damn hard that I ended up hurting my back, and I was forced out on a medical in July of '90. So, but I did 22 years. Now, here's the fun part. Veteran affairs. Of course, we all love veteran affairs. Anybody that's been in the service, whether you're American or Canadian, they had problems with their computer because they couldn't input the information because it kept saying that it was impossible for me to have been serving during the time frame I did because I started at 15.
Right.
So I retired with 22 years service at 37 years of age. They're like, what? What? No, that doesn't work.
Yeah, the computers don't like those things. They don't add up right.
Oh, not at all. But I will admit it was nice. They sent me back to school for 8 years. Got a pretty good, not only my pension, but my VA disability came in. And I finished most of my career either as a commissioner or as a city bus driver, which is probably one of the nicest things I did. And now I work 6 weeks a year as Santa, which is probably the best job I have.
Probably,
You need to get a hat like Jesse
most
got.
stressful one too.
What's that, Randy?
Jesse got a new hat from Rebecca. She needs to make you one too.
Oh, no, I got mine from Rebecca, but my wife keeps
did
taking
you?
it. Oh, yeah. Are you
Oh.
kidding? Oh, yeah. I'm actually the Santa Claus for West Edmonton Mall. So it's, one of the biggest shopping centers in North America. So great pay, great hours, and I don't have to take any money out of my pension to fix my house. I use the funds I get from there to repair my roof and do parging and, staining and all that stuff. So it's a good job. And I do free online in our community. I do free online videos as Santa Claus for the families on YouTube.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. And I set it up so no one can leave any remarks. It's kid friendly, and I only use first names, no last names. So if you have any family that want to have a video done from Santa Claus, I'll do that for them. And that's pretty well it. I'm just, working with veterans and stuff. What's that one there?
That's curmudgeon. Rob just came in, so I'm showing him his cups.
Here, I'll make it bigger so you can see it easier.
Yeah.
That's pretty good part of your story. A lot of people don't realize it. Back when you went in the service at 15, there was a lot of Americans going to Canada so they didn't have to serve. And there was a lot of Canadians coming to the States to serve.
Very true. My Uncle Bob actually went down. He was with the 82nd Airborne, did one tour in Vietnam. Then he somehow he got wind that he was going to go back, and he bailed. He came back to Canada. So he was tucked in with my mother, hiding out at our house when a couple of U.S. government officials came to the house and convinced her to have him turned over and for a lesser sentence. He ended up spending a year in Leavenworth for it.
I live by Leavenworth.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I could have visited him. Yeah, I live outside of St. Joe, right there by Leavenworth. I've been to Leavenworth several times.
You say about Veterans Affairs. I know a lot of people have had problems with their VA, and but I have to say, here in Southwest Missouri, our VA. Well, I was told our VA ranked the number 3rd in the nation, but I've never had a problem with it. I've never had a problem getting any work done. Never had to worry about any paperwork. Everything's been really. I think I count my blessings. I think I've been lucky. Whoa, Randy.
Oh, that was close.
That was close.
Jesus.
Ugh.
My ass is grabbing my seat, and I'm not in the truck.
Did you want to turn there, Randy, or did you not want to turn there?
I wanted to turn. That guy was coming over into my lane.
Yeah, he wanted to turn too, but he forgot where he was.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
close.
man, that took my breath away. That one was close. I had a car beside me, so I couldn't move.
Man, that was a close one.
Like I said, I'm not even in the truck, and my ass won't let me come off my chair. Like I'm stuck. Wow.
But Scott, you look good even when you're terrified. So what are you worried about?
Hey, that's it, Skip. Somebody's got to be the eye candy. Might as well be me.
Yeah, I got shoes older than you anyway.
Yeah, you probably do.
My son actually called me the other day. He was crying the blues. It was his birthday. He says, "Dad, I'm turning 50." Oh, piss off. You're only 50. You're years ahead of you.
I just turned 50 in January.
There you go.
Damn whippersnapper.
Doesn't that feel good, Scott? Hang around the old guys.
Because I feel about 192.
Well, I turned 67 in March, but I feel like about 57.
There you go.
I do have to go to have a CAT scan done next Tuesday.
They ain't gonna see nothing.
Well, I know I already know what they're gonna tell me. They're gonna tell me I've got to go have surgery on I got another hernia.
Oh,
And I'm gonna have to go in and have it stitched up. They told me a couple of years ago when I had the first hernia that I had several holes in my stomach and my diaphragm that over the next couple of years they'll have to be stitched up. Well, I got another one where my intestines keep wanting to pop out and I keep pushing them back in.
I've had one by my belly button for several years. They keep trying to get me to do it, and I won't do it.
Well, I had one that was just above my belly button to the right, and I had it fixed, and I haven't had a problem with that since. But the scar looks crappy, but it is what it is. But I have another one that's even higher up now. So, and every time I cough or sneeze, or stand up and walk, it pops out like I push it back in. So I already know what they're going to do. They're going to send me to the surgeon and set up a surgery, and it's not that bad of a surgery. Really, it's just go in the morning, come back out that night.
My brother and my nephew both had it done, and they've had to go back 3 times because something's wrong.
Well, I just wish they would go in and stitch them all up at one time and be done with it instead of doing one and waiting 2 or 3 years and have to do another one.
Yeah.
So, but it is what it is. I mean, life is too short to worry about too much.
Harry Melkdud.
What's up?
They want to change your name here to Harry Melkdud.
There's another one turned 50. 'Cause We Care Farms turned 50. Shannon turned 50 last year or this year too, I think.
Oh yeah.
She just turned 50 or 51 too.
Okay.
Well, it happens fast.
See, Rob,
Hi,
I knew Rob was right around my age, and if anybody, I'm going to do a shameless little plug here for the Curmudgeon, Alaska. If you want to go and do an Airbnb in Alaska, off grid, in the spring, Rob and Sarah are going to have an Airbnb going. You can follow them around, see what it takes to live in Alaska. And that's going to be firing up sometime around spring. So you got to go in by train and out by train. If you don't like them, it's a 13-mile walk down the tracks.
A long walk.
Yeah. So yeah, he'll drop more information whenever it comes time. But if anybody watched,
does he have a link for it or something you can drop?
I don't think he's got it all set up yet. It's just it's in the works.
Oh, okay.
And if anybody watched the Alaska Railroad on Discovery,
used to watch it.
Rob and Sarah's house was on that show. It was Jim. Old Jim owned the house before Rob and Sarah, and he was on that show. So it's really neat. You can go back. You can still find all the episodes of the Alaskan Railroad, and you can see Rob and Sarah's location on the TV show. And they want Rob and Sarah to go back on the TV show, but there's, like anything, reality isn't reality, and Rob doesn't want to do that.
Right
So,
there, he's typing in there.
oh, okay. Hey, Rob, you can come on up if you want.
I'm going to disappear, guys. My wife and I are going to go out and spend some time together here.
Well, Skipper, thanks
Well-
for your service.
Oh, you're
Yes,
welcome.
thank you,
Yeah,
Skipper.
thank you, Skipper.
It was my pleasure, guys. And you, thank you for your service too.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
See ya.
Take care, bud. Come on up there, up. That's so long as you're dressed. We don't want to see any Alaskan streaks.
But don't knowing him, he may not be. I mean, they don't have to worry about neighbors peeking in.
I was gonna say
Or
they don't have
dropping
to
by.
worry. Yeah, they don't have to worry about neighbors just popping by.
That's right.
Oh, he said give him a minute, so he was
He got to put his
probably
pants on.
either that or Sarah. One of the, they're running around the property.
Yeah, and they go live after we do on Monday night. They go at 7:00 Central Time on Monday night, right after Susan and I go live.
8 Eastern.
7 Central.
Yeah, 7 Central.
Sorry,
Central
yeah.
Time's the only time that counts.
Well, I'm not even going to go down that
We
rabbit
use
hole.
Central, Scott, because it's in the middle.
There you go, Jerry.
What is that? Beef jerky?
Moose.
Moose jerky?
Move.
I'm gonna this one piece right here. I'm gonna send to somebody I know who I might be doing some shirts for next week.
Oh, not me, huh?
I'll save them one piece.
Oh, I thought you were doing. I thought you were gonna send it to me. I used to be your bud. He used to send me stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever I get my next package. So this, you guys talk about being expensive. Remy sent me this a week and a half ago. $30
to send it.
to send it from
Hey, Rod.
the New Brunswick where he is to me was $30.
$30.
So
That's just.
it's
That's not even the
gonna,
cost of the meat or the time to
it's
get
gonna
it.
cost me the same thing to send Rob's order to him in Alaska
Yep.
as a pound of. I don't even know if this is a true pound.
Hey, Verna.
Hey, Rob, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right, Jerry. How are you?
What's going on,
I'm
brother?
wonderful. Thank you.
I'm trying to shout you out, man. Trying to get you lots of business.
Well, I appreciate that. Trust me.
Try to get him to 1,000K.
Actually,
that?
it's only half a pound. It's
We're trying to get you to 1,000 subscribers.
well, yeah, and we're trying to get them monetized too.
We've
But
we've
that's a
been
whole other-
taking up a lot. Like right now, I mean, a week ago I was at 499 subs a week ago Saturday, and today I'm at 572.
Yep. Good.
And I put out that video the other day about getting the freezer delivered, and that thing took off. It's over 1,500 views.
Good.
Right on.
It's one of my best videos so far.
But again, like I was saying to you, it's because we've meshed in the Alaska group,
Yep.
our group, and the Filipino group. Like it's one massive group. Don't
Yep.
mind me while I eat my moose jerky.
Hey, Rob, at
Yeah.
2:00 today, I have a video of my shop coming out.
Oh, okay, good.
Everything is in its place finally, and it shows how the shop's set up. So,
I want to know when you start doing the pens or pencils. I want to watch that video.
I've got one thing I gotta find still, Randy, and I'm gonna start doing videos on that. But I can't find my chuck head. And matter of fact, I can't find the chuck head to either one of the lathes. So
Hey, Matt.
Robert and I are checking out all our outbuildings and stuff to see it's got to be someplace because that's one of the things I use a lot. And Robert's chucks on for his little jet lathe is missing, and mine's missing, and my flat plate is missing, and live center I had is missing. So we're gonna have to buy one box someplace that's got all our stuff still in it, the main stuff. We haven't found that box yet. So we find that I'll be up and running and doing pins and bowls and several different things I'm going to be doing.
Yeah, I'm getting
And
ready.
I'm going to get these pencil done.
I'm dropping your link here, Rob.
Thank you, Scott. Yeah, I just got my lathe up and going. I had to put a new belt on it, and that was an experience for me trying to do that. And unfortunately, the outer bearing didn't come out when I was moving it, so I've got to get back in there. And I got it back together. It's working, but I know it's just a matter of time before that bearing burns up now.
Yeah, you must have the old belt lathe.
Yeah, it's an old Cometa Nova or Nova Cometa too.
And mine's a Shopsmith, so it's all direct drive.
Yeah,
and variable speed direct drive.
Yep.
It doesn't take a standard chuck. You have got to have a Shopsmith chuck.
Yes.
You know, they make everything so only you can buy it from them type thing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I see them all the time online for sale up here on Facebook.
I love it.
3 or 4 of them.
I love it. Mine was a Mark V, and I upgraded to a Mark V. I think it's 510 or 520, where I've got extra extended tables and all that other stuff. But it's 7 tools in one. I mean, if you don't mind changing a tool around, you can do anything with it. You know, make a planer out of it. You make a bandsaw or a joiner or a drill press. You can make anything out of it. It's just you have to be willing to shovel things around to make it work. It works. It's a great table saw too. So
yeah.
I just gotta.
Well, a lot of that stuff is the amount of power it draws.
Yeah. It'll draw. This one has. I have it on a 50 amp breaker.
Yeah. See, most of our power up here run. Like especially in the barn, it runs off of generators. Right now, I keep the 4 kW here at the house for charging the batteries, and I have a couple small 2 kWs. I have a small 9-horse Yanmar that has a 4,500 watt head, but I've got a governor issue, so I've got to get that addressed before I can really do much more. But I'm trying to find an old Lister generator, something that's simple and I can make my own parts if need be. I want about an 8 kW. The Listers sip fuel, but they're hard to find up here.
Well, I don't know that's what about the Yeti. I know that Maple Creek Ranch or Tony's got a Yeti. And it's supposed to be solar generator. I don't know that much about it, but I thought that's pretty a cool idea. The solar generator. I wonder if it's real quiet too.
It doesn't run off gasoline. All it is a battery bank that you hook solar panels up and they call.
Oh, is that all it is? Oh, okay. I didn't know much about it. I just know he got a Yeti, and I didn't know if it was just it actually make a generator or just make like solar panels type thing.
It's just a battery bank. It's very misleading, and every time somebody calls it a generator, I said it's not a generator. A generator is electricity. That is a storage unit.
There is no generator. It's storage.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't know what it was, but because I have a instant generator here. Can't remember what it's called now. A Generac.
Yeah,
I have a Generac. I'm 130 amp Generac here that comes on. It comes on every Friday. Matter of fact, it should be coming on probably in an hour or so for its maintenance.
Yeah,
and it comes on when the power goes out automatically. And the only time we're out with power is 10 seconds as it switches over, and then when it switches back, you never even know it. It just it shuts off and switches back automatically.
Yeah. See, with us being here, being so remote, I need to find whatever generator is the most efficient. For
most efficient. Yeah, for you, for sure.
To get fuel here, it's especially this time of year, it's almost an act of God.
Mine's a propane, and it's on. I have it hooked up to a 310 gallon tank, and it's been here for 17 years. And all I've ever done was put 60 gallons more of propane in it one time in the 17 years. It's never. It's ran for days, like 3 days at a time. It's ran, and it doesn't use that much propane. I mean, it's really pretty cost efficient, I think.
Yeah.
So, you know,
See,
and then
propane-
first, propane used to be $1.20 a gallon, but you know, when I filled it up, but it's,
Yes.
it's a little more now. But still, though, it's
See,
like,
here, whenever we get something like that, we can't take that on the train. That has to come up on the Tundra truck, and therefore, if it's like a 100-pound bottle, which is what we have for the cabins here for the cook stove at the other place, and when we put a cook stove over here, that's propane. To get that filled, it costs the regular price, but it's going to cost us another $100 to get it here.
yeah,
So what I like to try to find, I like to find the old diesel stuff because I can get heating oil, you know, which is basically diesel fuel, cheap. The more I buy, the cheaper I get.
right.
So if I can find another old like Lister or an older Yanmar generator, I can just run the heating oil in it. I mean, that's what I do with the Yanmar I have now. But I need more power. I need a minimum of 8 kW to run the whole property. You know, 'cause we got the house, which is about 1,900 square feet. We got a trapper cabin, which is maybe 200 square feet, and then we got the other cabin, which is 800 square feet, plus the barn, plus the greenhouse, plus my workshop. You know,
Wow.
so I need at least an 8 kW to make everything happy and be able to run everything at one time.
Yeah, I sorry to say this, but I have to run. It's getting close to 1 o'clock. I'm supposed to be there at 1 o'clock. So
All right, Jerry.
thanks,
Take it
thanks,
easy. Jerry.
Randy, for letting me
Thanks
come
for
up.
coming
And
up.
you know, it was my pleasure. I'll see you guys later.
I'm gonna do it again tomorrow. So if somebody
Okay.
don't see it, I'm trying to, just show this side of our YouTube. All of us vets trying to show that this weekend.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to put a video out of this assembly of the high school showing that, you know, recognizing the vets too.
Right.
So but I gotta go. Susan's standing at the door waiting for me to leave because we have to be there to fill out paperwork. So I will see
There
you
you
guys
go.
later. Be safe.
All
Drive
right.
careful, Randy. Don't let nobody hit you.
Right. Good seeing you, Jerry.
Nice seeing you, Rob. I'll talk to you later.
Yep.
Bye, Scotty.
Toodles. Take care, bud.
Bye.
Hey, Backtrack Hooligans. Thanks for linking up. I appreciate that, man.
You need a generator that's multi-use fuel. The ones that can put like your cooking oil or different things like that. Something so all your waste stuff you can run through it.
Well, waste oil and stuff. I just picked up everything I need to do a waste oil heater, and I'm going to use an
Yeah.
old wood stove to do that, and that'll work. That'll heat my workshop, and then I'll build a second one to heat the barn and the greenhouse because my greenhouse is on top of the barn. So if I can get that
Okay.
all set up, I should be able to start growing in March, even though we'll have 3, 4, 5 feet of snow still, and it'll extend my growing season into October.
Yeah.
Oh,
it'd give
yeah,
you a lot
minimum.
longer.
And what I'm going to try to do, I was talking with my friend Adam from Alaska Cut the Cord, and he's like, why aren't you contacting the train? They've got to change oil on those trains often. You get them to drop off a couple big totes of that oil. They don't have to pay to get it gone. You're paying to get it there, and you've got hundreds of gallons of free oil.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
The only thing they may not, because there's programs where they have to trace. Now, I don't know what it's like in the States, but I know Canada's got so bad now that you have to show where your waste oil's going.
Well, they can show they delivered it here.
Because I know,
Mike.
I know my uncle runs waste oil in his garage.
Yep.
Changes the oil out of people's cars, and then he's got 3 or 4 different filters that he dumps it in, and then it just, it cleans.
Yep.
He's never had a problem. And don't mind me, I'm just getting your tying into another box here.
Very good. No,
Mike
it's
Henderson's in here, Scott.
Hey, Mike.
there's so much different things I can do with all that waste oil too. So we'll figure it out.
What's that?
I said there's a lot I can
What's
do with that waste oil up.
Oh yeah. Oh, it'd be awesome if they don't, give you that waste oil. My God, that'd save you so much money.
Oh yeah.
Especially
Let's-
even doing your Airbnb stuff or whatever. Like, man. Even just charging up batteries.
You know, I'd have to find a way to run it through the. Probably have to frack it a little bit to get it go through the generators. But there is a company I've been talking with here, where you're at in Canada. You know what thermal generators are?
Sorry?
Or you know what a Pelletier is? Pelletier generator.
Yeah,
There's
I've
a
heard
guy
of
in
them.
Canada that makes them, and he makes a 24-volt system that'll charge. If I put it on a system, it'll charge my batteries at between 4 to 10 volts or amps an hour. And if I could have something like that, I could have a little stove going outside somewhere with the wires coming into the house to keep my batteries charged 24/7, just burning off waste oil.
You could do like a boiler system. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it wouldn't even need to be a boiler. I could have it in my shop to heat my shop using the waste oil, and these things clamp onto the side of the stove, and it uses the thermoelectrics. It's cool on one side, hot on the other to create electricity. Oh, that's that. Yeah, nice.
That's your treat. That's your treat.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about, if it works well with the waste oil and I can get a good supply, but I might go for something like that. It's a little expensive, but if I don't have to run my generator, if it's pumping in 8 to 10 amps an hour, 24 hours a day,
you're gonna save money.
Yep.
I
mean, even if the railroad won't, sell me their oil or give me their oil, I could contact places in town that do oil changes, garages and stuff. Say, hey, I'll take 100 gallons a month.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then all I got to do
the barrels. You throw it on the Tundra, and I'll pay the bill to get it shipped up here.
Yep.
Now, do those guys, do they charge like just a standard amount, or do you have to pay them by the hour? Like, how does that work?
They have a minimum fee of $160 before you get to a certain rate, and then it's $16 100.
Backtrack, I'm in Oklahoma. I just left Tulsa. Where that truck tried to run me over, that was Tulsa.
Yeah.
I hate Tulsa. That is just a rat's nest of, man. I got nothing nice to say about Tulsa except I like their airport.
Only thing I like about Tulsa is the Chili Bowl. They have the sprint car races in the winter in January inside the building.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Never seen it, but I've heard about that.
Yeah, it's a big event.
Is he getting into trouble?
Huh. Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
Deuce is getting into trouble.
Uh-oh. Not the fur baby. He wouldn't get in trouble.
No, I keep a shipping blanket, a big packing blanket in the truck in the back seat on the floor. So in the summertime, if I run into town, I can just sleep in the back of the truck. Well, I brought it home so we can clean it, and she had it folded up in the bathroom so we can put it in storage, and he's got it filled out and he's trying to play with it.
Well, it's a blankie.
Oh, yeah.
Puppies have blankies.
We had him wrapped up in it last night. It was funny. He was walking around bumping into stuff.
I know, we do the same thing with Hank.
Yeah.
We'll throw a blanket over his head and he'll look like a ghost banging off everything. And
yep. Yeah, he looked like a blue ghost on this one.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Backlash, I'm headed your guys' way. I'm going to Maryland, actually, up there by Baltimore, but I'm going to be at least on the East Coast.
What happened? I thought you were supposed to be going back right out to... You're confusing me. I thought you were supposed to be doing a repeat
I was going
run.
over to Dallas yesterday.
Okay.
I was. They called me yesterday after I left Joey and Scott's.
Okay.
And said that got canceled and they got this one. So that's what I'm doing.
Huh.
And I'm roboting a little bit.
I don't know. I don't hear you. Must be me. I know our internet's not been the same since we had the freezing rain the other day.
The only time I've been experiencing problems lately is when it's really windy out or really heavily overcast. But that's with the Starlink.
Yeah, it's a real pain in the you-know-what.
Yep. I think we lost Randy.
Uh-oh.
We got the death spin going on.
Yeah. Well, now that Randy's not here, let's do giveaways. We'll give away everything Randy's got. Uh-oh.
Now we got
I
two
see
Randy.
double
Hey.
trouble now.
Double the pleasure. Here I am, placed.
Yeah, that's scary. And I mean that in the most loving way possible.
Randy, you owner operator?
Linda,
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Linda Peterson.
Hi,
Hi,
Linda.
Linda.
Well, I'll put it this way: me and the bank are.
Yeah.
Linda, you just missed it. Randy just got naked and was running around the truck.
At 60.
Yeah, at 60 mile an hour.
I almost had to change my drawers. I almost was.
Yeah.
Oh, I just
was
about
close.
did, and I'm about 2,000 miles away from you.
That was way too close.
Yep. That would have turned out to be a pretty shitty day.
But at least it would have been on camera.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I had witnesses.
Yeah.
Yep. Quite a
Yeah,
few.
it's pretty hard to call your witnesses, though. Well, I got a guy from Alaska. I got a guy from Canada. And all points in between.
I mean, I got the dice front and camera now, but this here you can see more, I think. I don't know. But it's live video where you can see it.
Yeah.
So they can play it back and see who's at fault.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely. I would not be on the highway without a camera anymore. It started about 2013. Yeah, I think the first dash cam I had was 2010. And yeah, you couldn't pay me to get rid of a dash cam. With the way people are
Backlash. If you
driving.
watch Nightbot, Scott has got a deal. He's going to Alaska in 2025. So you can get together.
Oh, he knows. His lovely wife said that she wanted to go, but that's all we heard.
Well, she needs to put her foot down
I know she does.
because they only need one more cabin, rent it, and they can do the giveaway.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one.
No.
And it's hilarious because Bill from Alaska, he's coming with us.
Is
Well,
he?
he's flying down to the lower 48, jumping on a boat, going back up.
Hang on a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay, buddy. Yeah, so Bill from Alaska, he's jumping on a plane, flying to the lower 48, jumping on a boat, going back up to Alaska, and then he's coming back down to the lower 48, jumping on a plane and going back up.
Hi, Dee's Garden. Backlash, that ain't right. Scott, you can't ban Backlash. Just have Coastal go by herself.
No,
Somebody
she's
got
not.
a Somebody's got a
she's bringing-
chaperoner.
Hi, Linda.
She's bringing Panda.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. We all took a vote. Everybody that was going. Panda and Coastal, they're both golden. They're more than welcome to come, but we're kind of on the edge with Backlash. Sorry, guys, I got to turn up my light a little bit.
You're all
Linda,
right.
don't wave too hard. You'll knock a shoulder out waving. You are
I
kind
don't,
of old, you know.
I don't want to screw up somebody's cups. He might get mad at me. So, actually, I better have a cookie with my coffee just to calm my nerves.
You sound like Sarah.
Hey, great minds think alike.
Yep.
What sounds like me?
Having cookies. I shouldn't have said that. Nice cookies.
Now she wants to-
Coffee and cookies.
Yep. She's done for coffee for the day. Otherwise, she'd be bouncing off the walls.
Yeah. I normally have one. I'm on number 4 now.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
well.
do. We do a bunch every day. I get up. I use a coquina first thing in the morning. I don't know if you know what a coquina pot is. It
That's a
makes like
French press, isn't it? Or kind of, sort of?
coquina is like making Cuban coffee. Very, very strong.
Okay.
Then we do the French press. We've got a rather large French press.
Okay.
It's nice. It's double wall stainless steel. So after I get it going, after the first cup, I sit up on top of the wood cook stove and let it stay there and stay nice and hot.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. We did our video last night for Miss Christine's Wild Game November.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, so I got to get that.
When are
edited
you guys dropping?
up. The 18th on my birthday.
Okay.
So we figured get it done now instead of waiting for the last minute to edit it out and all that.
Well, I know I had one heck of an issue trying to get it uploaded, and then I had to redo the ending. So I had to go back out and just buy like some cheap lobster, but there ain't nothing cheap about lobster this time of year. So that little thing that I had cost me $30
Oh wow.
because it was a corrupted file.
I've been having that problem with my GoPro. I lose so much footage with my GoPro. It's unbelievable. It drives me nuts.
What do you got, a 9?
No, I got an 11.
Oh, okay.
I've got a 3, a 5, and 11. Plus, I've got an Ultra Pro X, who unfortunately is no longer in business. When I had my old YouTube channel years ago, they were one of my sponsors. And then I've got a Caso or something like that. You know, but the GoPros and all it's cracked up to be, it seems like, anymore. I want one of those Insta 360s.
Well, yeah. I'm told that the GoPro 12.
Yep. I think I lost you there, Scott.
Yeah, it went out for a little bit, Scott.
He's stuck.
Yeah. He's a statue. Hey, we can talk about him now.
Right?
While Scott's gone, Linda said happy birthday. Happy
Thank you, Linda.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rob. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
I take requests all night long, guys.
Yep, Scott is frozen. Probably don't even realize you're probably talking to the screen right now.
Yep, Mary finally popped off.
Where are your runs mostly? Back and forth, East Coast, West Coast, Randy?
I mainly stay in the Midwest,
Nice.
and run down to Texas a lot and Carolinas, but I try to stay out of the Northeast, and I don't go to the West Coast right now. All I do is towaways. I just deliver trailers.
Oh, okay.
I got a new nice, or I think Scott's back. I just got mostly new trailers, but we do a lot of used trailers too.
Oh, okay. Are you back now?
I'm not sure what the heck happened.
You froze up.
I'm sitting here talking away, and
Told you.
I didn't hear
That's what we
you.
figured.
I didn't hear Rob or Randy, and I look up and I'm like, oh, everybody's doing one of these. I'm like, oh no.
It happens. Part of the gig.
Yep.
One of these days, maybe we can get you out of the basement and you'll have better signal.
Nope. I like it down here. Nobody bothers me.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a basement. I got a crawl space.
Yeah.
But I'm sometime in the next 2 years, I'm building Sarah an art studio, and I'm going to build myself a studio for doing all my recording and stuff like that. Make it a
Okay.
little easier. But we got about 20 other projects first.
Have his and hers she sheds, huh?
Pretty much. Pretty
I
much.
guarantee you she'll take over a quarter of yours after you get it built.
No, because I'll just add on to hers.
Oh, okay. But you always make them a space, but they seem to congregate into our areas.
No,
My
she's
wife
actually
is taking
really
over my garage.
good. No, she's actually really good about that. She don't make too much of a mess and doesn't any crouch. I'm usually the one encroaching in other places. I got a lot of stuff. For a guy that lived on a sailboat for 20-something years, I got a lot of stuff. She can't figure that out. And I sold a lot before we came here.
You got off the boat, just started collecting, huh?
No, it was stuff that I had in storage.
Oh,
Before I moved onto the boat, I was, with my ex, and I had we had a decent sized house, and everything inside of it was mine. So when we split up, it all went into storage. But got a lot less now,
Oh,
that's
no.
for sure. He's still stuffing his cheeks over there. I can see him chilling.
So what's your timeline for Airbnb? By spring or
We're probably going to have it ready to go by the first of the year. Only thing I really have to do there is I have to put banisters and spindles up on the stairs going up to the bedroom, and a couple rails going up on the upper deck coming off the
Okay.
porch. The only other project I have to do on that, it can wait. I've got to do a roof over. I've got one soft spot, but I got it patched until the spring. But we're gonna go from a shingle roof to a metal roof.
Okay.
So it's not like it's a lot of work. I just got to rip off the old shingles and put plywood down, and then put the metal roof on it. It'd be about a week's worth of work. But in the meantime, it can be used in the wintertime. And then I'll take the week in the springtime. As soon as it's warm enough to go up on there and there's no snow on the roof, I'll go up there and get it all whipped out. We'll do all the supply ordering in March and have it here sometime in March, because March is our best time for getting around. We call it the go anywhere season, because during the day, the snow melts, and at nighttime it goes down to sub-freezing. So it freezes and it creates a nice thick crust. And you can go for miles on a snow machine without having to worry about breaking through the snow. That's generally when I take off and do exploring, going up into different areas and things like that. Problem is, it's just we get a lot of steep hills here, so I can only go so far before I run into a hill.
I've been to Alaska, but like I say, I was there, but I don't know any of it. I was in the airport when I was in the military. We flew in and walked inside the airport part, walked out.
Yeah, was that in Anchorage?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's generally where most guys come through.
yeah. When I went to the Philippines, we went over to Japan, and when I come back, I come back through Alaska.
Right.
And then I came home one time while I was over there, and we come through Hawaii and come back. So I got to hit Hawaii too. Hey, Ruby.
Nice. Hey, Ruby.
What's up?
Uh-oh. No.
Thumbs. That's good. Thank you.
She goes, "Oh no, I heard her."
That's never a good thing.
She was trying to finish off the coffee, and it was like enough for a sip.
Oh,
What?
you got to do it.
I just did.
It's good to the last drop.
That it is.
That's what they say.
Yep. Now the other thing we got to get over there too is we got to get I want to get a couple more lithium batteries for the cabin over there too,
Okay.
because right now it's got an old lead acid in there and they don't hold up here in the cold. So what our thought is we'll get the same batteries we have here in this house and then put them over there. Then in the wintertime when it's not rented out, we'll bring them over here. Give us more of a.
Probably can't leave them sitting around very long without using them. They probably go bad too, don't they?
Lead acid? Well, that one's got its own solar system over there, so it's always topped off. But
Oh, is it? Okay.
they just don't last. I mean, I've been using 6-volt deep cycles in my boats for years and never had a problem with it. I come up here and I had a set last me 9 months, and I'm crazy about the maintenance. I'm constantly checking the fluid level. I'm going through and doing the equalization on them, all that, and it didn't work. Don't know why.
Yeah. That don't sound like very long
That's
for
crazy.
a battery.
No.
That's why we wanted to make the jump to lithium when we got here. We said, oh, well, we'll save our money. And it wound up costing us, more. So we have a policy now that if we need it, we buy the best we possibly can.
Do you have them in a heated box?
Which ones?
Your lead acid ones?
They're inside the cabin with a vent.
Okay. Because we used to take on our semis when it's cold out. They had a heat blanket we would put around our batteries, make them last longer in the wintertime.
Yeah, they stay pretty well topped off and fairly warm. The house, even with no fire over there, stays about between 25 and 30 degrees, except for when we have a really deep freezes. But generally, if it's going to be like that, I'll go over and start a fire and get it warmed up in there, because we're constantly going over there doing things, cleaning things, fixing things, trying to get it ready for renting. Yeah, he's playing with his phone.
Ruby Scott said.
Yeah, no, they went and gypped me on my mugs. So I'm talking to the company right now saying they best be here by Monday.
Oh.
Yeah, especially if you got orders to fill.
Well, I ordered in an extra 200 mugs. Just because nobody else can get them. Bonfires out of them. Bonfires out of them. Teespring's just about out of them. They've only got the 12-ounce cups, which are like little shooter cups.
Yeah.
And, if I want a cup of coffee, I want a cup of coffee.
Yep. That's how I am. And most of our stuff, Sarah used to be a potter. So a lot of our stuff is all handmade stuff, but it's
okay.
Small.
Yeah.
Stays warm.
It stays warm, yeah.
Absolutely. They're the best kind, Sarah.
You can have the customized handles for your hands if it's just your hand.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you saw that stream I was doing last night, Scott?
Yeah. Well, what were you up to?
I'd gotten a bunch of emails about, hey, can you show videos of the weather? So I said, you know what? I'll just set my old tablet up in the window and they can watch the weather. And people liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I ran it for
Absolutely.
3 hours.
There was a ton of people in there whenever I went through.
I ran it for 3 hours. On the average, I had between 6 to 12 people in there. And since it's been published, I've had up to 120 something views on it.
Sounds perfect to me.
Yep.
Sometimes them live streams, the silent, they get a lot of, Gary Belt Loop 29 does a lot of them.
Does
and
he?
He gets several views on them things. People go in there at night just talking away, having a conversation like we are in there while he's got something playing.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, because I know during the day or nighttime you wouldn't be able to see anything. But
No.
during the day, I'll post it up there.
Well, during the snowstorm, I will go and just tape my phone to the window upstairs. And there's no screen. It's just a picture window. Well, people absolutely think that's the bee's knees. They love it. And I'm like, okay. Snowstorm's a snowstorm is a snowstorm to us.
Right.
But folks that have never seen snow or don't like, this is fascinating to them.
Right.
I don't.
You're right.
I just
Linda's
can't
got a
believe.
good idea. Put it on a loop for nighttime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like just record one day of like a really cruddy, snowy day, and just throw it on a loop, and people will they'll sit there. Oh, Randy's in the Matrix. There he is. Yeah. So you run it, even record like a week and just run it on a loop every night.
Oh,
Right.
stop and read Lida's message.
Hey, squirrel. Lila. I missed that. Lila, hang on. Goodness gracious, she's having a hard time, Lila. Between strokes and seizures, and my goodness. Well, definitely be praying for her, Lila. Hey, Dee.
That's-
But yeah, absolutely, Linda. They don't have to shovel it, so they enjoy watching it.
Right. You see, I've got to find a way I can put a camera outside that's zoomable because of the view. We get a mountain alley here. Put that on a live stream.
Mm.
I think that'd go over really, really well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only like 55 miles from the house, so and we got two spots that have really good views.
Or do
Okay.
one on a
Well-
time lapse. Have a measure when you get a lot of snow. Have a yardstick on the ground. And have a
Oh.
time lapse showing it.
I did a snow pole challenge up here. There's about 10 of us that have snow poles put up in the yard. Everybody's laughing at me because mine's 13 feet 6 inches. Our first winter here, we had 10 feet just in February, and I think our total that year was 22 feet.
Wow.
Oh, thanks, Norwegian Homestead. I appreciate that. They said they watched all of our videos today. Thank
Yeah,
you.
he's
Appreciate that.
great folks.
Yeah, I looked at a couple of their videos last night, and it was nice.
Yeah. Yeah, he kind of took a little bit off. He was busy, but now he's back at it. And
There you go.
don't forget, he's closer to your time zone because this is actually, it's my day, so it's his nighttime in Norway.
Right.
Hi, Rebecca and Ronald.
Hey, Rebecca and Ronald. Rebecca, I had my hat on in thumbnail for the latest video. We both did. Oh my God, those hats are so warm. What are you doing? Oh, she's walking around on the little runner carpet picking up Zeus hair.
Oh, gracious.
Yeah, I've got to put a screen over the fan that goes into the crawl space that keeps it warm and down there from freezing. So the dog hair stops going down there too. Otherwise, she's going to wind up sweeping it over there and letting it all get sucked down in there.
Yes.
Let's see. I don't know them personally, but we have watched a lot of Eric and Ariel. They were close.
Who's that?
They were down in Willow, and now they're over in Tok, which is on the other side of the state. They're closer to Canada than I am by far.
Who
They're,
who are they talking about?
Simple Living Alaska.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're like the second largest YouTuber for Alaska.
Yeah, it's the boys
Outdoor.
and then them.
Yeah,
Outdoor boys or whatever.
I don't know if Outdoor Boys live here year round. I think they travel a lot.
I don't think they do. I do believe that they just do a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe they're actually from Oklahoma, are they not?
I'm not sure. I just found out about them. I never even knew about them, so I just now started watching their stuff.
Okay.
Clara's over in her reading chair eating cookies, and Zeus is like stuck to her.
Cookies are good.
Yeah, she's eating Oreos. I haven't started my winter baking system yet.
Well, get on it, man.
This is what we do on the weekends now. I make all my bread, I make all the crumpets and stuff like that on the weekends, and then cookies, cakes, stuff like that. So we have it for the week.
Okay.
We've been focusing on getting all the wood in and getting everything prepped for winter projects.
Mm.
I've got one more project that I've got to get done. I've got to put a roof over the chicken run so they can get outside and play in the winter. That way, and I also don't have to worry about more martin getting in there.
Turn left at the traffic light.
That was scary enough.
Yeah. I don't know. Did you see about that?
Where are you going now, Randy?
Truck stop.
No
Yeah.
time.
Big cabin
No
again.
time for stopping, driver.
I got to get my fish. And
Mhm.
I'm not going across Joplin in the daylight.
Why?
You know why. They don't like me. That
That
lady's
seems
mean.
to be a rhythm with you lately.
So I'm
Not a
gonna get
whole
up
lot of
early.
not a whole lot of people.
Take the first left.
I know it. I'm gonna get up early in the dark. Maybe she won't be there. I'm gonna cross
Yeah.
it before 6 o'clock in the morning.
Good luck with that.
Right?
I don't think she sleeps.
Glad you like the greenhouse, D. It's got a lot of work I got to do to it still.
Yeah. Hey, Tamara.
We are doing a job on the Oreo.
Don't eat all the Oreos because I don't go into town for a few months.
I know.
You're gonna have to limit yourself, pace yourself.
Yeah.
She didn't like that.
Yeah.
Ah!
She's gonna pace herself all right. She's
Yeah.
gonna pace herself just enough till she can go, Rob, you're going to town.
No, she don't like me going to town. I don't like going to town. But we're trying. Our goal is to only go in maybe once this winter, and that's it.
And I'm surprised you can't put an order in with the truck. And since they're coming up anyways, like to do a
What for food and stuff?
grocery haul.
The problem with the Tundra truck is it's all done by volunteer overtime, so you never know when it's coming.
Oh, okay.
Last March, I put fuel tanks down there on February 30 or 28th for them to pick up. And they didn't pick the barrels up until the third week of March. And then it took another 3 weeks to get the barrels back. I was running on vapors by the time I got the fuel barrels back.
Wow.
So now we got to deal out because Adam from Alaska cut the cord. works for a fuel company down there. So we buy barrels from him for $25 a barrel, and then he drops them off over to the place where we get our fuel from, and then the Tundra truck picks it up from there instead of going back and forth. And it's
Hi,
also
Glenda.
saving.
Okay.
But for groceries.
But for groceries, we have our friend Mary who works for the train in town, and I can tell her, hey, run down to Tree Bears or Fred Meyer's and pick me up this, and she'll drop it off at the train.
Oh,
the train drops
So
it
you
off.
can get Oreos then. She can go ahead and have more then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So she can.
I-
She
that's what I'm
in an SOS call, she can get Oreos.
Yep. Well, that's how she gets her ice cream. Generally, I'll call down to Mary, like when Mary sends our mail up. She go, anything else? She said, yep, send up a couple tubs of ice cream.
Well, I guess you can this time of year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Sarah. Oh yeah. It's ice cream season.
Yeah. Well, we eat a lot of ice cream. I think Alaska in general, people up here eat a lot of ice cream. I don't know why. It just, we do. It's weird.
Same thing as Canada. Like
Yep.
everybody goes, there's a snowstorm.
Rob,
Why
He's
are
asking
you
what
getting
kind of truck
ice
you're
cream?
talking about.
It's
What's
called
that?
a Tundra. It's called a Tundra truck, D. It's a truck that rides on the rails of the tracks and has a boom crane on the back that drops stuff off on the side of the tracks.
Watch Rob's videos. You'll see it.
Yeah, if you go back, last week's video actually shows it dropping it off, and then there's one a couple months back when we had our side-by-side dropped off, and everybody's still in shock we have a side-by-side up here.
terrific.
Well, whoa. Surprised Sarah has her side by side.
Oh no, it's ours.
Get that? Get that
I use it.
correct.
I use it for everything.
He does.
We should have bought one when we first got here
Oh, absolutely.
because we wasted $8,000 buying a 2-up Can-Am or 4-wheeler, and for another couple grand we could have bought a nice used side-by-side. I didn't realize how versatile they were until we got this one here. I mean, if I go out there and I split the wood in the woods, I can fit almost a quarter of a cord of wood in the back of that thing.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah,
Has it got
Oh,
the dump
wow.
bed too?
yes, it's got that
So
dump bed.
So you can just dump it right off then.
Well, generally, I'll back up to the storage shed and start stacking it right out of that,
Okay.
or I start splitting it. We tend to just cut it into rounds and bring the rounds up to the house and split it right there at the wood shed.
Oh,
Okay.
It's just our ground is just so uneven from old man Jim dropping trees everywhere that you can't go 50 feet without running over a tree that's buried in the ground.
oh.
It's easier just to bring it all here, and there's stumps everywhere here too.
Crazy old fart.
Oh God, he was. Love him to death, but yeah.
It's a beautiful place. Though.
Yeah, he built a really nice place. We got a little lucky. Our friend Adam McPhillis was overseeing John in Alaska last week, and John had a bunch of stuff he just wanted gone, and one of them is a stump grinder.
Oh, no
It
way.
don't run. It don't run, but Adam can get anything running. So Adam's going to get it work on it for me over the wintertime, and we'll get it shipped up here in the springtime so I can get rid of all these stumps.
Okay.
Then you have more ground that way too.
Yes, I mean, because we're on 4 acres here, and we're trying to open up the southern exposure here to make it a nice little field out there, and put like clover or something like that out there to draw the animals in. And we're also hoping out there that once we get it kind of cleared up, we'll find a wet spot so we can see if we can put in some kind of little well. Even though we're up on a hill, we've still got a lot of water up here.
Okay.
Because of the hydraulics and the water system going through the ground and all that just forces it up. Because behind us, there's a hill that's from where I'm standing now to where I found a bog up on top of the hill. It's about a quarter-mile distance and a rise of 300 feet. Yeah.
Linda,
Wow.
are you still here? I think, yeah, you are. Tomorrow I'm going to do a live to Glenda. Tomorrow, will Sir
Oh.
Grace come up on panel and tell his experience in the military? I'm trying to get everybody that was in the military share their experiences tell when they went in, kind of what their job was. And Scott Swift did his, I did mine, Jerry did ours, and oh shoot, Skip did his, Skipper did his, and I'm gonna do it again tomorrow. So if he's got time, I'd like him to come up and tell his experience in the military.
I don't think you'll get him on panel. That's just
Or he can, he don't have, if he wants to just, he can leave the avatar up. He can just talk if he wants.
well,
You have to listen to that.
you
It's an invite. He doesn't have to come, but it's an invitation for him.
or today, Glenda, if he's having a good day today, he can do it today too.
Yeah, we're on right now. I'm parked for the day, but yeah, if he wants to do it today. How do I post
Scott,
a short?
how do I post a short? That's easy.
You gotta put your you
Go.
gotta put your shorts on first.
So all you got to do is go to your main menu as soon as you open up YouTube, and it'll say post a video, post a short, do this, do that. Click post a short, and if it's already pre-recorded, you press it and hit the check mark, and if it's not, you record away. Top right-hand corner will tell you top right hand corner will tell you if it's a 15-second video or what it is.
You can go up to a minute, ain't it?
Yeah, 60 seconds is the longest and 15 seconds is the shortest.
Hang on, D. I'm seeing if I can find it on my phone. I can show you a picture of what it is.
What's that?
The truck.
The Tundra truck.
Well, say go watch my video.
She
did, but-
watched it. But she can't make it out. She's saying.
Oh, go to the side-by-side one. It shows
Put
them
your
loading
glasses
it
on,
and
D.
everything.
Oh, that's funny. I searched Tundra truck, and one of my video comes up on YouTube, on Google.
Nice.
That's kind of nice to see.
Yeah.
Come on. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on there, but it's
Here,
basically
wait a minute. I'll make it big.
that's what it looks like. It's just looks like a flatbed truck with a crane on the back that picks stuff up and drops it off on the side of the tracks. And that actually looks like that's actually my stop with Jim. That's funny. So that's basically what it looks like. But they have about
The
3 or 4
new,
different types.
the new Tundra truck they're using now is white.
They have 3 or 4 of them. Any
Oh,
given time
okay.
they might lose out. Like they have like the one that you saw in the last video, and then the one when they dropped off the side by side is a different type, where the bed actually comes up and then slides back and sets down onto the tracks itself.
Mm.
Scotty, are you mod on here?
Yep.
See if you can find that one for this Kawasaki and drop a link for D.
Okay, just give me a sec. I don't want to burn your cup.
No, please don't.
Once I get the covering off, then I'll look for it here. Just give me a sec.
See, I might be able to find it. Yeah, I just found it. Let me see if I can. I don't know if it will let me. Did it actually work?
Yeah, it worked.
Okay. Check that one there, D. The first part of the video will be a little dark, but if you go a couple minutes into it, you'll see where they're actually offloading it at the house. That's the other style Tundra truck where they actually, the bed comes up and then goes down onto the tracks itself. Kind of like a flatbed wrecker. And it might be hard to see if you're on a phone too. I need to work on lighting things up.
Well, it was what, 5 in the morning?
Yeah, it was 5 in the morning when that one, well, both of them were dropped off pretty early. Cool.
So they don't have. There's not enough work for the Tundra truck. Is that why it's all volunteer vacation, or?
Well, it's volunteer work. Basically, the guys that run the Tundra truck are the heavy equipment operators for the train system. So when they have other projects, like the deliveries that need to be done, they ask for volunteers to do the overtime.
Glenda,
Okay.
I'm in Big Cabin, Oklahoma, headed to Maryland out by Baltimore.
And you dropped it already, so I'm good to go.
Yes.
Yep, yeah, he got it.
But
Okay.
the I've got it. I just had a brain fart.
He's
Oh.
actually watching it already.
Where down in Anchorage, they just had over 20 inches of snow in one day. That's a lot for Anchorage. They're going to be down there working and clearing the tracks, clearing the train yards, stuff like that for next week. So there'll be
True.
nothing up. So what will happen is they'll have too much overtime, so they'll delay letting the truck run. That's why in that aspect of it, it's not always reliable. But you also got to be careful because they do things wrong. Sometimes I bought a 2007 Scandic Y-Track last year, and they loaded onto the Tundra truck backwards, and it ripped off my windshield and my beauty ring around the headlight. So now I've got to track one down, order it.
No.
They'll reimburse me. But now I'm also having an electronic issue on it. My speedometer don't work. My headlight don't work. So now I've got to have to get into it in the summertime and really pull it apart, figure out what's going on with the wiring.
That's not right.
But, you know, like I said, they're making good on it. So that's what matters to me.
Well,
Nobody's
and
perfect.
so they should though. Like,
Yes.
I'm sorry, but you're dealing with folks that are off grid. You know, like you should be taking a little more. I don't know.
It ain't
I
like you can run
think
to
they
the
should
store
be
and get
taking a
another
little
one.
more time. You know,
No.
it's not like you're not paying for it.
Yeah.
Like you're paying half decent money for a service.
Oh yeah. I mean, just to get a side by side or just to get a wheeler up here or a snow machine, it's, you know, it's going to be a minimum of $200 to have it delivered up here.
Yeah, and you're only 13 miles up the tracks.
Yep.
Well, if it comes from Anchorage.
Well, it all comes out of Anchorage or Willow for the fuel. But I mean, they just charge you a flat fee. So even if we live another 6, it's just a flat fee.
Tanner, I'm at the
okay.
Big Cabin truck stop. They got some good fish here. That's why I always stop here.
I mean,
And they got some brisket sandwiches. I'll go in and get me some fish and a brisket sandwich for supper.
There you go.
Well, it's fine. You can do whatever you need to do. We're fine. We'll hold the show.
Oh, I'm not doing it yet. It's too early. I've already got my parking place. I moved back. There's a guy working on a truck next to me. I got to pull up when he gets done, but he had his battery cover off, so I left him room.
Here, I'll give you guys a view of what it's like outside right now.
Beautiful. It's always nice to see snow on pictures
And
out
that
on
little,
the road.
that little spot right there,
As long as you don't have to.
we get a view of Denali.
As long as you don't have to shovel it. As long as you don't have to shovel it, snow's amazing.
Yes, it is. And then we have the
You
mother of
have to
trouble.
shovel it. Snow sucks.
Where's your snow pole at? Can you see it from there?
Oh yeah, the big white pole
See
right
that
there.
pole? He said he had 9 foot of snow at that one time, guys. Can you imagine that snow was going to be as tall as that building there?
Oh, it was more than that. That was actually just erected a couple months ago. But the first winter, like I was saying, the first winter we had, was it 10 feet or close to 10 feet just in February alone. and our full snow count that year was about 22 feet.
That's crazy.
But it packs down with time. It's not like
Yeah.
it stays at high. After about a week, it'll pack down and becomes pretty solid. You know, and we kind of like that because, you know, especially when it slides off the roof, we just go out there, grab a big chunk of snow and stick it in the back of the stove and let it melt. Yeah, because getting water in the winter is not easy up here. And I also put in we call it the hillbilly hot tub. Put a bonfire around it and put snow in it, melt it, and then pump it into the house.
Mm. I wonder, this is just I don't know if it'd work or not, but put like a guttering system on the end of one of the buildings, but put a heat loop or something in there. So when the snow comes down on it, you can have it drain into a barrel.
That could work, but it would take too much power.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're limited on power.
Yep. It'd take way too much power. We actually have the stuff to put an ice melter in the valleys on the other cabin, but it was never really used because of the amount of power it draws. Because if the other cabin in the winter, if somebody's in there, it gets hellacious ice damming going on. You know, I think at one point last year, it was like probably about 1.5 feet thick.
Oh.
I mean, so I'm up there, the ice melt on it and stuff like that to get it to come down. And I shoveled it. Every time we get about 2 foot of snow on the roof, I'll shovel them just to keep the weight down.
I watch a guy that's over in Washington. He's an older guy, does old cars, Wayland Wire, and he's an older gentleman. He's up there every year shoveling that snow off of his roof and
Yep.
you know and stuff, and it's dangerous too.
Yeah, it is. When I
And
go
it's
up, I
hard,
tend to have a harness on.
Yeah.
Well, on this house, it's 2-story. That cabin technically it's 2-story, but it's got low eaves. You know, if I fall off that one, I just land in the snowbank. This one here, I
Right.
dropped about 15 feet. Welcome back, Linda.
You just slid down the bone.
Linda's going
Yeah.
for hot chocolate.
Ooh, good. Yeah,
Linda, you gonna put the little marshmallows in it? It's got to have
Oh.
marshmallows in it.
Especially if they're freeze dried. Oh,
I haven't had that yet, but I love the marshmallows in, but I haven't had them
boy.
yet.
so
Oh, they're
Sarah
awesome.
reminded me of something that happened the first winter here. Hopefully I don't lose you. I'm going to go out the back door. You see my barn over there, right? The greenhouse on top.
Hmm. Yeah.
If you see there, the roof going up. First winter here, I'm out there shoveling roofs. And I always start at the peak hoping that it'll catch and slide down. I was up there and it's starting to slide. And I looked at Sarah and said, it's going to go. I'm coming down. And I came from the top of the roof, came down to the lean-to roof, and then down into the snowbank, and I was buried in my chest.
Oh, dang.
I could not stop laughing the whole time going down.
an amusement ride free.
Pretty much, you know, and that barn's taller than this house. So I'm just like, well, it's just snow. It's going to be soft. And it was. But the problem was when I got to the second roof where the lean-to is, where I dry all my lumber after I mill it, when they put it up, they get screws everywhere. So I was catching on the screws going down. You know, and then in wintertime, unless it's sub-zero, I don't wear snow pants. You know, I just get a pair of thermals on and a pair of pants, and that's it. You know, so it's tore up on 2 pairs of pants doing that up there.
I was told today that I was crazy.
We knew that.
I went to the doctor this morning, and she had to look at my knee. Well, I didn't want to wear shorts, or didn't want to wear jeans, so I wore my shorts and a hoodie. I don't know. I don't even know what temperature is. It's above freezing. It's 43. It's like balmy.
Yeah.
So I wore my shorts. I had this one fella pull up, and he's like, "You can go ahead, sir," because he said there's something wrong with you. I'm like, "Excuse me?" He's like, "It's winter time." I'm like, yeah, I'm Canadian. Eh? Oh yeah, Buddy had like the big old puffer jacket on and a toque, and it's like, what the hell are you gonna do whenever it's 40 below in the end of January?
Yep. Now we see it even in dead of winter. We see people running around downtown in Anchorage with shorts on. It's mostly the youngins.
Well, see, I still tend to think I'm young.
We are.
Foolish, but sometimes,
Right?
you know.
Boy, you got them almost done.
Another cup bites the dust.
Actually, your last cup is in the cooker right now, my friend.
Ooh. Linda,
So
have you
you
tried
said-
making your own hot chocolate? What's that, Scott?
Hmm?
You were going to say something?
Oh, there he
I forget
I
what I
thought
was
it
going to
froze
say
again.
now. Not frozen. I forget. Couldn't have been too important. Oh, that's what I want. Yes. Randy, you said no to Shannon's cups?
No, not right now. She wants to wait.
Okay. No, I totally agree. They're a lot of money. I get
And
it.
then I was thinking about switching jobs, and I sent all the paperwork in, and the truck is in my business name. We're having problems. I've leased it to 3 different companies, and this company I was trying to go to, I sent them all the stuff, our LLC paperwork and everything, but the LLC is coming up in somebody else's name as the owner. I go, no, I've been the only owner of this LLC, but she's not reading the paperwork. Our lawyer's name is on the paperwork too. It said signed by Shannon, read the fine print. It says the lawyer's name, and they're reading it wrong. So I told them just forget it. If they can't read the paperwork right, I don't need to work for them.
Wow.
So she was afraid I was going to be switching jobs and all this money going out. But I just did that a few minutes ago before I went live. I talked to the lady called. Well, we can't sign you on until we get proof that you're a truck. I go, I showed you the title. It's got my trucking name in it. Yeah, but the LLC says Brant something else. And I go, Brant, I didn't know at the time because I wasn't reading it. I was just forwarding it. And that's our lawyer's name that wrote up our LLC.
Oh, for God's sakes. I don't know.
So-
Some people you just got to shake your head and go,
So I'm back on the
You
back.
are
looking
a
for
waste of
something else.
skin.
So I'm back looking. I'm going to find something.
So what? You're done with that company?
Yeah. The safety director has got it out for me right now. So
Yeah, that just doesn't. I don't know. Like I've sat here and watched, actually talked to Randy, and his thing's going off. You're speeding. You're speeding. You're speeding. He's 3 miles under the speed limit.
we got a new computer system for our logs, and it's not calibrated right for a lot of the states. And I'm not speeding, but it goes off and it notifies him that I'm speeding, and he thinks I ought to run 5 mile an hour under the speed limit all the time, and I'm not going to do that. If
But
the
then they
speed
want you
limit's
to-
70, yeah, and then once you get there, you got dispatch. How come you ain't there? You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, but look at it this way, Randy. That's a pretty easy gig. It's easy on the truck.
well, there's like 5 different companies. I've contacted 2 already. One I want to go to, but they're not hiring right now, but they got my name.
Oh,
A couple guys I know went over there, and they're actually making almost twice the money doing the same thing. They got a bigger fuel or bonus or savings. They get like $1 off a gallon on
okay.
fuel, and so they're saving like $1,200 a month just on fuel.
Oh, wow.
their phone
Yeah, it's
number,
not. That's not right,
but
brother.
they got my name and number.
Hmm.
And
Well,
yeah,
guys,
so-
I've got to take off because I've got to go do some work on a bridge. I've got to patch up an area that's got an issue.
Uh-oh.
So I need to get doing that while I got my neighbor up here to give me a hand. So I will talk to you guys a little later. It was a pleasure hanging out with you guys for a while.
All right, we'll talk later, brother.
All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye, everybody in chat.
Toodles.
Good seeing you.
Oh no, Randy's gone a little crazy. He's on the phone, I bet. So how many people we got in here right now? I don't know. It's probably on this phone.
10. 10.
What?
5 on your side, 5 on my side.
Okay.
And that was
So-
the War Department.
It was what? Sorry?
The War Department. It was Shannon.
Oh, what's
She's
going
off right
on with
now.
Shannon? Why isn't she? She should be sleeping.
No, she's off. She got off this morning. She does all her stuff running around. She went up to. How come the camera ain't switching around? Got it sideways. But she went up to this farmer up north of us. They have different. They had hamburger. Like yeah, I guess
Okay.
at Walmart, hamburgers like $8 or $9 a pound right now. It's really high.
Holy rattling reptiles.
I think that I'm probably saying the wrong amount, but I ain't really sure. But I know she got it for half price. She was getting 10 pound. She got 20 pounds total. She said, and she drove. It's about 10 or 15 miles from our house. The guy processes it right there on his farm. He does other vegetables and he's got all kinds of stuff she's telling me about this morning.
Okay, yes. Now that you say that, I remember telling us about that last week.
Yeah, so she does her running around on Fridays. She don't go to bed till about 3 or 4 on Fridays.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, there's my Alaska Cups done. Verna, if you're still in here, send me a message. You said you wanted to chat.
There, now I'm right side. I'm not sideways no more.
No, you're not. You're right side.
I thought I was gonna fall out of the truck.
Well, I was gonna say, be careful. Be careful, driver. Just like those clowns that open their doors, open their side door
Yeah,
to back
and hang out.
whenever they're and hang out whenever they're backing up.
Yep.
I've never understood the thought process of somebody like that.
One little slip and they could be under the front wheel.
I've seen it in Jersey. Buddy was backing up into a newspaper place. Long Nose Pete. He ended up flattening his ass on the ground. And thank God the truck stalled out. But he would have killed him and I don't know how many others. Like,
yeah.
You know? And he's like, oh, you know, that and we all got on the CBs and we just like chastised them. We're like, you know, hopefully they have that on camera and send that to your company because they said, you know, I told them one day you're going to end up killing somebody. I said, if you want to hang out of your truck and kill yourself, that's on you. But I said, you got to really worry about the other people that you're potentially going to kill.
All right,
Whenever
Cameron, thanks for coming in.
Whenever you fall out of your truck.
Oh, also, guys, don't forget tonight at 5 o'clock. It's Red Shirt Friday with Scott Swift. If you guys ain't connected with him, it's just a little deal, about an hour. Usually, Scott can't stay up that long sitting there, but he
Yeah.
tries to do that.
Not only that, but folks, if you could please share out my live tonight at 7 Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. I got Mama and Cousin Bubba. They're going to be on my live. So for the folks that were in my live last week, all I can say is if you laughed last week uncontrollably like the rest of us, you best have a heart monitor ready to go for this week.
Speaking of that, do you have towels or can you get some towels?
Towels?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a request. Well, I said the other day on my live when Danny was on here.
Yeah.
When I was aggravating Danny and the others, I have a few that spilt their coffee. I go, well, I'm going to get a towel. Have Scott make me some towels with my logo on, and I hand it out. And then that way I can put a disclaimer, that don't have no hot coffee around when I'm talking or something, but you'll have a towel just in case to clean it up.
Yeah. Let me know what you want
Wait
on
a
it.
minute. Got cocoa made with cottage cheese and strawberries on. You put cocoa, cottage cheese, and strawberries in your cocoa?
Sorry,
I've
Linda.
heard cottage cheese and peaches separate, but not with hot cocoa. I know you're old, Linda, but come on.
Yeah, that no. Ooh, yeah. And you know what? It could be marvelous. But I'm not. I used to like cottage cheese, not anymore. Love strawberries. And Buddy's a little PO'd.
He's been working on his truck.
He's
He had
got
the battery box off, and
he's going through the gears.
yeah, now I can pull up to the right spot. I was leaving him room. He was messing with his truck, so I was trying to leave him room.
So Rob just went live. Curmudgeon. So if you got two devices, go run one on him. And he's got one set outside showing you the weather. In Alaska.
Well, Scott, most everybody's left us. I'm going to shut this down
Okay,
and
buddy.
see what else is on. I only got 2 on my side, and there's 2 on your side. Looks like. So.
Yes, I'm possibly, now that I'm done Rob's cups, I may just go have a nap. And because Lord only knows how long my live's going to go tonight.
Yep. That ain't a bad idea. I'll take a nap.
Yeah.
I did that. I did real quick here. Yesterday, I got up there just south of Josh's, and I was tired and it rained, and I laid down just going to take a short nap. Well, I passed out. My nephew called me. It was 5:30. Well, it was dark out right there yesterday, and said that tell Shannon UPS man come by and she stuck something in the door. And I go, well, Shannon's at work. She won't be home till 6. And he said, no, it's daytime. I go, what? No, it's dark out. Shannon don't come home till 6. I was so sleepy, I thought I'd slept like 8 hours or 9, and it was only the evening.
Oh my
I was so
God.
wasted and tired.
Linda, my live's at the normal time.
7 o'clock Central.
8 Eastern, and the thumbnail's already up. So I would appreciate anybody to go share that for me. And let's see if we can't get a whole lot of people in the chat, because it's going to be a good night. And let's face it, this time of year is pretty tough on a lot of people tomorrow.
Yep.
And if I can even give them one smile tonight going into tomorrow, I did my job.
Maybe I can anchor down my date. Maybe Mama has changed her
Maybe.
list. Maybe I can be eligible now.
Maybe, you know, you ask her. You never know.
Yeah.
Be careful.
It don't
Bubba
hurt to
might.
ask.
Well, you better be careful, though. Bubba might want to come visit. I'm
Well, he
not
can visit
saying that.
as long as you don't stay.
As long as he makes it a short visit.
That's right.
Oh man.
All right, guys. Later.
All right. Take care, guys. See you later, Randy.
Bye.